I'm on your channel now, I'm looking for it. Here we go. Okay. Okay. Yep. Okay. Yeah, definitely. All right. Let people. Cool, cool. Alright.
Surround sound recordings. All right. We are here. Mic check. 1 2 1 2. Can you guys hear me? This is NexxTime, the podcast. We haven't done this in a long time. I got an amazing guest. We're gonna get to that in a second. I want to give a big shout out to everybody that's watching live, that's tuning in live. Big shout out to Mike, Kim Wallace, Aaron Bear. Can y'all hear me? Troop Serum. Can you guys hear me? Muget. Welcome to the podcast. Let's get it going.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. All right, this is NexxTime. This is NexxTime. Okay, guys. NexxTime is back. I had to show you guys. You know, this is something when we started back in 2018. I decided to bring the podcast back. It's for the TI community. We're going to talk about it. Things going on in the community. We're going to talk about it. I got an amazing guest. I want to give a shout out to Kim. Truth, I see you. We got an amazing guest, guys. Give a big shout out to SKYPE.
What's going on?
Part of the TI community. Can you guys hear Scott? Can you guys hear him? Give him a mic check. 1 2 1 2. Let me know if you guys can hear Scott.
What up? What's going on? Mic check. 1 2 1 2.
Scott, welcome to the podcast.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you. Appreciate you for having me.
Yeah. All right. So we're just getting things started, man. We're just kicking things off. This is NexxTime, guys. This is what we do here. Well, actually, you guys, I don't know. It's a lot of new faces here. But what we do on the podcast, we just, we come together and we just have a conversation. It could be about anything. It could be about, what we go through that's targeting TI. It could be about what's happening, the business endeavors, things we got going on, or however we feeling. If somebody said something, if we heard something happen, whatever it is. And this is an interactive podcast. Big shout out to Truth. He know what time it is. He been on NexxTime before. And
nice.
It's an interactive podcast, man. There's a phone number streamed along the bottom. If you guys hear something you might want to, chime in or share your opinion or whatever we are talking about live, you're more than welcome to call us up while we're live, while we're doing this. Big shout out to the greatest ever. Welcome to the podcast, greatest ever. Yeah. Welcome to the NexxTime podcast. We just getting it kicked off right now. Shout out to Breakthrough Implosion. He says, I'm subscribed to both of your channels. Welcome to the podcast, my friend. Let's get it going. We're getting it going.
Okay. Appreciate that.
Yeah. We're getting it going. Big shout out to Tess. Tess, I see you. Welcome to the podcast. Let's go.
True Serum, what's going on?
Yeah.
What's going on, guys?
Oh, yeah. We're just getting it kicked off right now. This is new. If you guys like what we're doing, we do it for you, man, and for the TI community. If you guys like what we're doing at any time, you guys feel called. If you want to donate to the channel, there's links in the description right now. If you guys want to do that, it's all good. We got some information we're going to be talking about. My boy SKYPE is doing some big things out here in this world. He's an artist.
Trying to.
He makes music. He makes good music. And we're going to hear some of that music. We're going to hear some of that today. And he's got an amazing YouTube channel. The link to his channel is in the description. My boy is on Spotify, right? My boy is on SoundCloud, right?
Every platform, you know it.
Yes,
Yep.
yes. Doing some big things, man. Doing some big things. Scott, so what brought you to YouTube, man? What brought you originally to, making your YouTube channel and coming on the platform?
First, thanks to you for having me on this podcast. True Serum and Breakthrough Impression. Appreciate subscribing. Everyone else commenting. Thank you for watching.
Yes, sir.
Basically, when I first got, getting onto YouTube, years ago when it started getting big, just watching random videos like stupid stuff, funny stuff. And I made my account, but I actually never really posted anything. I just made the account just to, keep track of my liked videos and stuff. I made a couple of videos, I think one of the first ones, I made a cartoon video of like a skit that I made of like I kind of like making fun of Lil Wayne back in the day.
Okay.
And other than that, I didn't start making any other videos until recently becoming a TI. So, before actually, let me correct myself. I actually started making videos of just putting my music out there. Like I said, it's on every platform. And I decided, why not start putting it on my YouTube channel as well. So I would just drop those little videos with no like visualizer, just a photo in the background and, my music.
Okay.
And, the people would watch it here and there. I didn't get too many views at first. More people usually would just listen to me on SoundCloud, Spotify, Apple, whatever they use.
Okay.
But getting into the TI subject, I started posting actual videos of myself for the first time, talking about it, just telling people what I'm going through, telling my story, offering just tips and little tricks, to deal with it that I've learned and that I've learned from others as from YouTube and in the TI community as well, passing on any information I can.
Okay.
And also just letting people know what, everything I'm doing. For example, a few months ago, back in October, there was a targeted justice rally at the White House in D.C.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, yeah, I did a few interviews there, a few TIs on YouTube that have a pretty big following. They were there. I did some interviews with them. I made a few videos on my own channel. And told people about the experience of that whole weekend, meeting people that I haven't talked to, I haven't met, just only talked to online. And also talking to one video that actually got a lot of people inspired was when I let people know how my meeting went with one of our Congress reps at the Longhorn office building, which is directly across the street from the White House. And that weekend, there was probably maybe a total of give or take like 100 TIs that whole weekend. Some of them weren't able to attend the whole thing every like 5 day. Like it was like from Friday to Tuesday. And on the last day, I think I was the only TI that was actually able to schedule and book a meeting with one of our Congress reps. So I wasn't sure what to expect. The guy, Richard Lighthouse, the guy that runs that site, Targeted Justice, I remember at dinner, he told me, oh, you don't know what to expect sometimes. They don't want to hear you. Sometimes you got to get right to the point. So I went in there with low expectations, but I ended up speaking to the direct assistant of one Congress rep, Mickey Sherrill, her direct assistant, David Michaels, who handles a lot of things in Congress every day. So I know that he was like her direct assistant. She just happened to be busy that day. And I got a good 10-15 minute meeting with him. I sat down. I explained to him everything about being a TI, about the whole program, electronic harassment, what each and every one of us go through, not only myself, because I only go through a few things, only pretty much V2K and remote neuromonitoring. I don't get hit with any physical weapons myself. But I explained it to everything. I mentioned Edward Snowden. He's very familiar with that. I talked about
shout out to Ed Snowden, man. Shout out to him.
He's like, no joke, he's like a Martin Luther King type hero to our community.
Absolutely.
So I just I laid down all the facts. I had a pamphlet from if you know how August 29th is National TI Day. And I had a few brochures that I picked up from the city. I went to the rally in New York City, and I gave him one of those brochures as well. And it has all the official U.S. patents for every bit of the technology, and it has a bunch of information into how the whole program is, and even a few names of the people, rest in peace, that have passed away from death or suicide due to this. So he listened to me very thoroughly. He gave me a lot of attention and respect not once did I get the vibe that he thought I was crazy at all. I laid down all the facts for him. I mentioned how it's been on CNN, how they showed a segment of U.S. diplomats being hit with directed energy weapons in another country, how it was also used in, I always forget, the Gulf War or one of those wars. The V2K was used to get the enemy to surrender.
Yes, sir.
To actually, to believe that it was Allah talking to them himself, telling them to surrender. So I presented myself well. I was well spoken. I presented all the facts right away. And, you know, he wrote down notes and he said, I'll do what I can do. And I haven't heard from him since. I actually sent an email to him the other day. I haven't heard back from him since. But I know no matter what, it's still an uphill battle. You know, he's only one guy, an assistant to a Congress rep.
Yeah.
But I'm going to, no matter what, I continue to send out emails. And I also made a video the other day reminding everyone to call their local rep and let them know, to urge them to let Section 215 of the Patriot Act to expire, which would help end illegal surveillance and targeting for all of us. So
you know what, Scott? Scott,
you mentioned that.
I actually have a clip of that I'm going to show. I'm going to show the people. Yeah, I'm going to show the people. But I just want to give a big shout out to Isaiah Clark. Isaiah, welcome to the podcast. It's NexxTime, man. Scott free. Free at last. Let's go.
What's going on?
Free at last. Shout out to True Serum, too, man. He said, I need the name of your channel, Scott. And actually, the link to his channel is in the description right now, guys. The links to his channel, his IG, Twitter, what is it, SoundCloud, all of that.
Email, Spotify,
everything,
YouTube, all that.
Everything is in the description. I got to make a description button too, guys. Everything is in the description. And big shout out to Jack too. Jack, I see you, bro. Welcome to the podcast. This is NexxTime, bro. It's the best time. We're here. Yeah. So I wanted to ask you, man. How was it walking away from that interaction with that? What you said, it was a city council member or something, like?
It was a direct assistant to her name was Mickey Sherrill, the actual U.S. of the official United States Congress representative for my district. Okay. If you go onto the website and you enter your address, you'll see which representatives are in your district, and she was the one in my district. So she wasn't available that day herself, but her direct assistant, David Michaels, he was the one that I spoke to, and he was the one I sat down with and got the meeting with.
Okay.
But yeah, it was definitely an amazing feeling. Just, you know, being in that atmosphere of a building right across from the White House, and sitting down with him in his office and talking to him. And you know, as soon as I did that, I put it on my Twitter. I made a video on my YouTube, letting everyone know how the meeting went. And you know, the feeling of that, of just walking away from the meeting, was great. But what probably even better was just the response that I got and feedback from everybody that follows me on social media.
Okay.
People literally someone said they were brought to tears and inspired, and other people definitely were thanking me for, you know, doing this and everything. And it's to me, it's a little overwhelming, because there's a lot of people that I learned from, and I'm still learning from, in terms of being a TI. And you know, I definitely, it made me feel like bigger than I feel, because I'm always a pretty humble, laid back person,
right.
And to see that definitely makes me feel good, and it only motivates me more to continue doing what I'm doing, and you know, to just fight the good fight for all of us, all over the world, not just the United States, because this is going on everywhere.
Absolutely. You're definitely right about that. I want to give a big shout out to my boy Truth Report. I see you, Truth. Welcome to the podcast. You know what we do. Now I wanted to ask Scott, when you was talking to this guy, did you get a feeling, did he believe what was going on, or did you get a vibe that he knew already, or was he
I definitely was trying to feel him out with that, because I think I have a pretty good judgment of character and vibes when it comes to meeting people. And the vibe that I got from him was that he truly did not know anything about this technology or about this program.
Okay.
He was very familiar with Edward Snowden, though, which helped.
Okay.
And as I was talking to him, he was he was as nice and polite as any government official could be. He felt like he was just a regular guy that I met like at a barbecue or just ran, like anywhere.
Wow.
So, he was very, very respectful to me. Not once did I get the feeling of him thinking that I was crazy or mentally ill at all.
Okay.
Again, I was very well spoken, and right away I presented the facts. Those were the first things I mentioned. Like I showed him. Like I mentioned, I handed him the brochure. I pointed out that these weapons and this technology has been patented, and each one has an official U.S. patent that you can look up for anyone. And I got his attention right away. He listened to me the whole. I only expected maybe 5 or 10 minutes. I was probably in that office for a good 15 minutes talking to him.
Right.
And
wow.
Yeah, he definitely listened to everything I said, and I definitely got the impression that he wrote down notes, and he was going to try to do whatever he could.
Yeah, because it's really, like, when you try to talk to people about this, like, it could go one or two, I would say one of three ways. They either know and pretend like they don't know, right?
Right.
Because they're in on it, and they're part of your targeting. So it's like you get like a unsettling kind of weird vibe off of them. Or you get a 2, they look at you like you crazy and they don't believe you. Right? Or number 3 is just like they believe you, but they never heard of anything like that ever in life. You know what I mean?
Exactly, yeah.
And they like kind of freaking out a little bit because it's like very overwhelming to, divulge in. To even try to talk about this stuff, it really is like.
It is, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that definitely is the reaction that everybody will give you. Maiva, just to let you know, I forgot to. I just put it in the comments in my IG and my Instagram.
Okay.
Between Scott and Free, there's an underscore. That's,
okay.
Yeah, my fault. I wasn't clear about that. I just wrote that in the comments.
Okay. I'll fix it.
But
I'll fix it after the stream. I'll fix it.
Yeah, no biggie.
Yeah.
Scott _free 973.
Okay.
But yeah, everything else is correct. But yeah, you're absolutely right. I'm not sure about your experience, but have you ever tried speaking with like friends and family about this?
Oh my God, bro, for years. Like ever since I found out about it. But it's just it's a real complicated situation with me, because it's really painful to even go in and talk about it, but we'll talk about it. But first I want to give a shout out to Tina, God's love. I see you, Tina. I want to give another big shout out to Ginger X. This is NexxTime, the podcast. Welcome to the podcast, guys. We love you.
Thanks for tuning in.
Yeah, man, and we have a very, very, very special guest, man. Big Scott Free is getting a lot of love in the TI community. A lot of people are saying they seen your channel, man. And are you watching the comments?
Yeah.
People picking
definitely.
you up, man.
Everyone. I appreciate that so much. Every day it seems to be more and more people hitting me up, and it's great. I always tell everybody, in all the videos I make, feel free to hit me up anytime if anyone needs advice, or if you just want someone to talk to and bullshit with. I've spoken with so many people all over the world in the last year, because I've only figured it out that I was targeted last December of 2018. Like, so it's been about a year and a half. So that this coming Christmas will make it 2 years since so it's only been about a year and a half since I've known about this, and I've been researching it.
Okay.
And yeah, since I've been putting myself out there, it just the love and support I've been getting is great, and it's just it's really it just motivates me and inspires me even more to know that we're all in this together, and you know it only encourages me more to keep on doing any and everything I could. But yeah, man, I've spoken to people from all over the world, like foreign countries, the UK, Canada. Of course, all over the U.S. I've made some new friends, TIs in my area. I've spoken to a guy in Mexico that's on Instagram as well. I'm not even sure. You might even know him as well.
I think I know who you're talking about.
Yeah.
His name used to be Crooks or something like that. King Crooks or something. He changed it. Did he recently just change his name on there?
You might have. The only name that I know him from is it's like just like targeted individual something.
Okay.
I gotta double check. But we actually did one time. He hit me up on a video chat on Instagram, and he showed me that he's living in Mexico, and he showed me, like, he turned the phone and showed me. He's like, dude, I'm literally a few miles away from the border, and he showed me like right where he was living at in Mexico. So.
Well,
yeah.
Truth Serum said the NBA season has just been canceled. Is that real? Did they just really cancel Did they really cancel the NBA season? I don't know. I didn't hear about that, man. But if they did, oh my God.
I'm a basketball junkie, and if that's true, that's very depressing to me. If they canceled it, what do you? I'm looking at the comments right now.
I don't know, man. But guys, I want you guys to know this is an interactive podcast, okay? Interactive, all right? So that means this is for you, and you're more than welcome to be a part of it. If you have any questions for me or Scott Free at any time, you can type up the comments. Type it in. We got our eyes on the comments. And there's actually a phone number that streams along the bottom of the, along the feed. If you guys want to call in and chime in and, ask us a question, or just if you got something on your mind you want to share with the podcast, you're more than welcome. This is NexxTime, guys. This is the best time. This is what we do here all day, every day. Okay? Well, not every day, but you know what I'm saying, right? I hope everybody's having a good day. Ginger X says, yes, the NBA season is canceled. Oh my God. Big shout out to Ferrari Floyd. Ferrari Floyd, what's going on? Welcome to the podcast. Let's go. It's my guy. Yeah.
I noticed
Ferrari. Let's go.
The greatest ever. They said, how the F do we fight V2K? Now that's one of that's the only, like I mentioned, the only thing I have is remote neural monitoring and V2K. And basically, some tips that I have. I don't know if you've ever tried one of those anti-tinnitus mixes. Yeah. If you go into anti-tinnitusmix.com and listen to that at a high volume, especially with a good pair of headphones, it's not pleasant to listen to. It's like a bunch of like mechanical noises. Yeah. But apparently, it does something to mess up the sound on their end, and it could lower the volume if you listen to it for like maybe a few hours a day at first. I noticed that helped. And as well, if you Google Dave Case, just David Case or Dave Case's CD. Yeah. He makes a CD for V2K as well. And if you order one, all you got to do is cover like $15 for shipping and handling. Yeah. And if you look at his website, if you Google it, you can find his website, and you see a lot of TI's testimonials saying that it helped. I mean, it might not work for everyone, right? But a lot of TIs are saying that it helped them a lot with their V2K. Some of them saying it even almost wiped it out. Another thing that I've recently found out as well, bone conduction headphones. Okay. I haven't tried those myself yet, but if anyone follows Brian too, he's the first one I saw mention it. Okay, yes. And
shout out to Brian too.
Yeah. I've also since then recently I've seen other TIs make videos on YouTube about it as well. So if you Google bone conduction headphones or put it in on YouTube, V2K bone conduction headphones, and you'll see other TIs say, apparently from the way it works, those headphones don't go on your ear. They go like in close to it, above it, or around the area. And apparently it messes with the frequencies, and it can also help out to wipe out the V2K as well. That's something I haven't even tried yet either, because with me, the anti-tinnitus mixes have helped enough for me. Okay. And I happen to know exactly who my gang stalkers are, my former neighbors in New Jersey.
Wow.
And these people are typical gang stalkers. They're the lowest of the low. They've broken into my apartment. They actually, they've stolen money from me, and I ended up blaming someone else. That's a whole other story that really got to me, because I blamed a friend of mine for years. I ended up cutting him off, after I figured out that it was them, I wanted to reach out to him and apologize, and I found out that he recently died a few weeks ago.
No.
So that's something that I got to live with. Yeah.
Wow.
So, that's tough, but if you know who your stalkers are, and you know just how low life and how pathetic they are, I know how to say things to them that can get them more pissed off than anything they can do to me. So these people are total cowards. They would never do anything in person to anyone. And also sometimes, because always remember, they can hear what you hear. So that's why listening to that tinnitus mixes with the headphones will help at a high volume. And if you just scream at them and just scream some messed up stuff at them, that could annoy them too. And always remember that you can use that to your advantage as well. So when it comes to my gang stalkers, I know what to say to them to piss them off. And it's just a stupid game of back and forth. That's all I deal with. I don't deal with any physical pain from weapons. No gang stalking when I go outside. Just them, talking in my ear all day and just watching what I do. They're just total low life, like perverted, just losers. They even have their own children helping them do this. So it's disgusting to know that. Like I thought these people were like decent like neighbors, or because they would ask me for favors all the time. And looking back at it now, I know how much of just the total pathetic losers that they really are. So yeah, that's for V2K. Another thing, get a good set of earplugs too. That can definitely help. If you just feel like blocking it out, going to sleep at night, if they're bothering you, trying to make you not be able to sleep. So those are my tips as far as what I know right now. Bone conduction headphones, earplugs, the anti-tinnitusmix.com, as well as Dave Case's CD. And if you know your gang stalkers well too, you can scream as loud as you can whatever messed up things that you want to say to them, and they're going to hear it just as loud, if not louder, than whatever volume they're sending their V2K at you.
Is that what those methods, is that what helped you during your times of a trial and attacks? Does that help you get through it?
Yeah, definitely. Because I just know the type of people they are. I've done things to help them while I live there, and I know what things to say to get to them, and they're so pathetic that if I think to myself, I don't know, television, the word television will really upset me and embarrass me or bother me, they'll start to say, oh, television, like they'll say anything that I want them to. So they're the ones that are supposed to have the advantage with this bullshit technology. I'm the one that actually can flip it on them and make them do and say what I want them to do.
Wow, that's interesting.
So always remember that you're above these gang stalkers. They're the most vile, low life class of people that you will ever meet.
Well, yo, man, I wanted to give a big shout out to Slack TI. I seen him pop in. Welcome to the podcast, my friend. The NexxTime podcast. We going on. We live. We are live. Yeah. This is NexxTime, man. We here, man. It's the podcast, guys. And like I said, man, this is the interactive podcast. This is for you. This is for me. This is for the whole community, guys. If you, at any time, you know, if you feel called to share your opinion, or you have any questions for me or Scott Free, put them in the comment section right now. Or there is a phone number streaming below right now. There's a phone number streaming below. You can call in. You can let your opinion be heard. And we're just going to keep things moving like we always do. All right. So, my boy, Scott, you said that you were talking about how you made that video. And it's crazy because today, shout out to James Lico, man. I don't know if anybody watches James Lico, but he's a TI out of Portland, Oregon. And I was watching him earlier. I was getting the stream ready because it takes a lot to get these podcasts going. You know, I have to put in a lot of work to get these things moving. But I was watching his stream, and he started talking about you, Scott. He said he was talking about how you had that information about calling the state legislators or something like that. Is that what it was?
Right, yeah, it was reminding everyone that the deadline is coming up in a few days. I thought, from what I saw on Twitter, somebody told me it was the 12th, but James said it was the 15th. So, either way, if you want to help, don't waste time, and definitely go onto the website, house.gov/representatives. You enter your address, and then your House representative in your district will pop up. You can find their info, and you can give them a call. And you just let them know that you totally support the expiration of Section 215 of the Patriot Act. You want to do away with it, which would help start to end targeting and illegal surveillance on all American citizens.
Okay. So you know what, man? Before I show this clip, I just wanted to ask a couple questions about your YouTube channel again, and how did you find out about this whole organized stalking program? Like, what was the straw that made you do some research, or did somebody tell you about it, or how did you find out about it? And
nobody told. I knew absolutely nothing about this. When I was I lived in a 3-family house with these people. I was on the top 3rd floor. And the people who started stalking me first were a family that lived on the 2nd floor.
Okay.
So for the last, before I figured it out, about a little, around last 2 Christmases ago, a year and a half ago, before I really figured it out, I just had as most TIs will tell you, I just had the feeling of always being watched. And I started to hear them talk about everything I was doing. Okay. Oh, look, he's on the phone. Oh, he's sitting down. He's watching TV.
Wow.
Oh, he's doing this. And I thought to myself, yo, are these people, did they drill a camera in my wall? Or are they that sick, watching me? Right. And then I started just to hear that more and more. I knew something had to be up. And the thing that would really the last week before I moved out of that house, one night it got quiet, and I would hear, and then I just wasn't saying anything to myself, and I started thinking things in my head, and then I heard them from downstairs repeating what I was thinking to myself in my own head without saying a word out loud. So that's what bugged me out, and that's what made me start to Google voices, reading thoughts. Right. And that's how I found, the whole gang stalking, targeted individual, remote neural monitoring thing. So I figured things out on my own, and I just started doing research, and that's pretty much how I, started and realized I was a TI.
Okay. Big shout out to a strong-minded individual. I see you, bro. Welcome to the podcast. This NexxTime, man. Let's get it going. Let's restart. 1, 2. You got an amazing YouTube channel, man. You uncovering a lot of things, and I just want to give the people a sample of what you do if they haven't. For people who don't know, that you do what you're doing on your YouTube channel. This guy is an artist. He makes music, and he's speaking out against this, against this organized stalking. Guys, take a look at this clip, and then we'll be right back. Okay. And make sure you subscribe. The link is in the description right now.
Thank you. Thanks, everybody.
Yo, what's going on? Scott Eaton here, aka Scott Free, and just wanted to make this video letting everyone know what's going on. I am in Alexandria, Virginia at the moment. For all my Walking Dead fans, it's about 20 minutes away from Washington, D.C. And yeah, just wanted to make this video to let everyone know how it's going this whole weekend for the targeted justice protest at the White House, the big 4 or 5 day rally. Started on Friday. I didn't get down here until Saturday night late, so I didn't get to be around for the first day of protest by the White House, but it was good. I saw all the photos and videos everyone was posting. But yesterday I was here the whole day and it was good. It was raining out, so we spent most of the day at Union Station, the train station, like only a minute or two away from the White House, handing out flyers. You know, we had a lot of foot traffic. A lot of people saw what we were doing, and you know, just getting the word out to expose what's going on with gang stalking and being a targeted individual.
Scott Eaton here, aka Scott Free, and I have been following a lot of stuff on Twitter, as I always do, when it comes to gang stalking and everything going on right now at the moment. And one of the famous people, former NSA agent and now whistleblower and activist Karen Melton Stewart on Twitter, the other day she posted something saying the Patriot Act, basically the Prey on America Act, demand progress. Call your U.S. representative at 1-202-224-3121 by March 12th. That's 2 or 3 days from now. If you support the expiration of Section 215 of the Patriot Act, you support the expiration of it. You want it gone, abolished with, which allows illegal, extensive surveillance of innocent American citizens. So you can easily go and find your rep on the sites, the House Representative sites. I was just looking up on those as well before. And it's, yeah, this is it, senate.gov. I'm not sure if you can see it in the camera. It's senate.gov/general/contacts, and then the house.gov/representatives. So those two links will take you to where you can enter your address and find out which rep is in your district. So I did that already, and I mentioned when I went to the rally back in October in DC, I spoke to my district rep, Mickey Sherrill. She was unavailable. However, I did get a meeting with David Michaels, which I posted about on my YouTube and Twitter, and I made videos about it, and the meeting went very well. So I'm about to call right now, and I have another suggested script of what to say, and I'm going to basically say the exact thing right now, and we'll see how it goes.
All right, guys, that's Scott Free. Give it up. That was awesome. That was amazing. Make sure you guys subscribe to his channel right now. Subscribe. The link is in the description right now. And I saw something. I want to give a shout out to Jeff O. He said something about being kicked out of a live stream. And me and Jennifer Burns, we know all about that, right, Jen? We was in somebody's live stream the other day, man, and just for no reason, it still just start blocking us, man. It's like kicked us out of there, man. Shout out to him though. I saw somebody else too. New Creation. Yeah, New Creation. What's up, man? Welcome to the podcast, man. Welcome. This is NexxTime. Wow. New Creation says, the Holy Spirit took my gang stalkers away. Hallelujah forevermore. Giving all praise, glory, and honor to the Lord Jesus Christ. Mighty name, amen. Man, oh man, that was awesome, man. I don't really hear too much about that, man. A lot of, when people say they gang stalkers got taken away, that's awesome, man. You need to, I want to ask New Creation, please, can you say a prayer for me, okay? Can you say a prayer, please? Because I am going through some things right now. Big shout out to Mike. He says a bunch of our gang stalkers are scumbag losers. Yeah, man. And a lot of them, they try to switch up the narrative and twist things around and, make us out to be those people, projecting their energy on us. Scott Free, what's up, man? He says shout out to Kevin Christian. You want to give Kevin Christian a shout out? Give him a shout out, man.
Yeah. I'm right now. I'm looking at the comments, and Slack Ti, he seems to not agree with me that this technology is available to anyone, and he's one of the people that believes that it's somebody else just pretending to be my neighbors. And I get that. I've heard other people say the same theory as well. But all I can tell you is that I know for a fact it is my neighbors. I've heard them. Three families. It was the neighbors on the second floor. I was on the third floor. It was the neighbors on the second floor that started this.
Okay. Well, we gotta keep in mind
the people on the floor in the hallway.
Oh man, the stream is under attack, guys. But let me see. Stream is under attack, but we're gonna get through this. Let's see here. Gotta bring my boy back. You still there, Scott? I don't know what's going on with the signal. Scotty, you still there, bro? All right, we're gonna keep it going, but actually, you know what?
Yeah.
For different people have different, different things and different situations going on with them. Scotty, let me get a mic check, bro. 1, 2. Scott.
1, 2.
Mic check. 1, 2, 1, 2. Let me get one.
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay, yeah. So for different people have different situations, and the way they target me might not be the same way that they target, other people. So for his experience, it might be different from what you're going through. You know what I mean? And that leaves room for discord amongst the TI community. Like, I swear they masterminded this whole thing out. They planned this whole thing out and infiltrated at the same time, which makes things crazy tricky to try and figure out, or to even have dialogue and discuss these things. You know what I mean? So, at the end of the day, what's the most important thing is what you go through, and what you go through, and and you can speak on what you go through, and that's just it. Hey, big shout out to Tanya. I see you, Tanya Bear. What's going on? Welcome to the podcast. It's NexxTime. Yeah. Scott, let me get a mic check. 1, 2. I don't know what's going on with my boy's audio, man.
Mic check. Mic check. 1, 2.
Okay.
1, 2. Can you hear me now?
Yeah. We back in the business. All right, let's do the reset. Yeah. Yeah, big shout out to Tanya, man. I see you, Tanya. Jennifer Burns says they played the whole neighbors game on me at first too. And you know what? In a lot of situations, and this happened to me, you know what I mean? Like, neighbors are in on it. Like, you can be a TI and whatever house you're sitting in, every house around you, like, it could be 10 houses on the street and 9 houses 8 or 9 houses out of the 10 could be monitoring, surveilling you, and have everything to do with the psyops that they play on you. That could definitely be a possibility here, you know. And that just depends. Everybody's situation is different. At the end of the day, I know that's happened to me, for sure. Like, and all around the country, like not every place, but like almost every place that I went. You know, I've seen them roll out different attacks on me and carry different attacks out just on me personally. So, you know. Scott, you there, bro? I think they're attacking the stream, guys. We're going to keep it pushing, though. We're going to keep it going. How's everybody doing tonight, man? I hope everybody's enjoying the podcast, man. And I want you guys to know at any point, if you guys want to be a guest on NexxTime, okay, just hit me up. My contact information is in the description. You can hit me up anytime. You're more than welcome to come on NexxTime. And actually, there's a phone number that's streaming along the bottom. At any point, you know, when we're live and you guys want to chime in and you guys have an opinion on something, or you just want to, you know, let your voice be heard, or just call us up and say what's up to the TI community, you're more than welcome. You know, TI lives matter at the end of the day, and that's what we're doing this for, okay? Let me get a mic check, Scott.
Yeah. Mic check. 1, 2.
Okay, good,
2,
good.
2.
Okay, yeah, I hear you, bro. It sounds like they're trying to attack the stream a little bit.
Yeah. I'm looking at this comment. I'm going back and forth. Yeah. It's not people saying they don't hand technology to anyone. When trying to say they don't, yeah, right, they don't. They don't hand it out to anyone. So all it takes is you meet.
Hey Scott, Scott, your audio is like all over the place. I don't know what happened. We had a clear audio and now it's just like
my bad.
I don't know what's going on. Did you move or anything, or I don't know what's happening, guys? Can you guys hear Scott?
No, I'm right here.
Can you guys hear him clear?
Check 1, 2, 1, 2.
Yeah, it was breaking up a little bit. Guys, can you hear it? Let us know in the comments if you can hear Scotty, if you can hear him clear. Okay, let us know. It's very
check,
important.
Mic check.
All right, yes. I hear you a lot better.
Mic check 1, 2, 1, 2.
Okay, so what was you, can you repeat everything you just said? Because it was just like scrambling like eggs, bro.
Yeah. Sorry, but yeah. I'm going back with Slack TI in the comments, and some other people are saying that they don't just hand this technology out to anyone. It's not my neighbors. It's somebody tricking me to believe it's them. I get that, and I know that they're able to make voices sound like it's anyone you know, and I understand that. I'm telling you for a fact, I know it's my neighbors. Nothing like this ever happened to me before I moved in, above these people. And the week before I moved out, when I started to figure it out, it was them. I literally heard in the hallway, right beneath, about maybe 5 or 10 feet away from my street, heard the neighbor on the first floor talking to the neighbor on the second floor, and he was showing him what he's saying. Look at him, he's on the couch. And this is how you do this. Oh, look at him. Oh, this is him walking around. Oh, I was sitting on my couch looking at my TV. I heard the neighbor on the first floor being taught. I heard him say, "Oh, wow, that's his TV. Oh, you can see this." I heard the guy just teaching him. Hey, yeah, this is, and you can see his thoughts. You can hear what he's saying in his head. And I literally heard them. I heard the neighbors on the second, my original stalkers, educating the family on the first floor. He was showing them what they were doing to me. I heard it right outside my door. I am not schizophrenic. I have no history of mental illness. I know this for a fact. The very next day, I started to hear their voices, the first family who just joined in on my stalking. So I currently have 2 families that are stalking me. I know for a fact it is them. I don't know how they got the technology in the first place, but it has leaked to the point where all it takes is you meeting the right person. If you watch Kevin Christian, his YouTube name, targeted individual, he has a lot of subscribers. Mm-hmm. He's one of the people that I've learned a lot of information from when I first figured it out. Mm-hmm. And he's in a situation similar to mine. His stalkers are right around the street from him. So I know for a fact, I have recording. I used to make my music. I set it up one day when I first moved back to my parents. I let it record for hours. I have their voices from the V2K as I made a video. At the same time, I'm on my phone. See, I'm home alone right now. There's no else here. Like, you know, just proof I could gather as I was recording their voices. I have them loud and clear. They even talk to each other by names. These people are stupid. And I just know, like I said, I heard them right outside my door.
Right.
I heard the neighbor on the second floor. His name's Martin. He's the guy that started stalking me. Talking to the neighbor on the first floor, Phil, educating him and teaching him how to do this, and saying, yes, you see he's on his couch right now. He's looking at his TV right now. See, he's looking at his phone right now. I heard them right outside my door doing this. This wasn't me imagining that. Like, I heard them like talking to each other, and I heard Martin showing him how to do this. And then the very next day, all of a sudden, Phil and his family, I start to hear their voices. That's no coincidence. That is a fact. That is what happened. And I currently have criminal charges against my gang stalkers because I basically outsmarted in a few ways, and I baited to do some. Martin one day he waited until I was asleep, came to my house, and damaged my car, broke windshields on my car, and another window. A neighbor across the street saw everything, called the cops on him. He got arrested. So they were so mad that they got caught doing that. For the next week or two, they started harassing me 10, 20 times a day from block numbers. You know, not only the normal to bother me every day, but they started a whole bunch of extra fake profiles of me on social media, talking shit, and they left me threatening voicemails as well. So they gave me more than enough evidence to file a complaint against them for not and terroristic threats charges. I went before the judge and blue showed me the paperwork, and
Scott, I don't know what is happening, bro. Like, they are really attacking your audio right now. Like, it was fine. Like, it was perfectly fine. But your internet connection is like, it's a little loopy. But I want to give a big shout out to Cheryl Lewis. I see you. Welcome to the NexxTime podcast. All right? You got to come on as a guest, man. We're going to do it like this. Yeah. This is NexxTime, man. It's heating up, guys. It's heating up. He's heating up. Okay. Got my boy Scott Free here. Everybody that's in the chat right now. TILIVESMATTER, never forget that. You know, these things happen sometimes, man, when we do these live streams, and you know, we have some real things to say. Scott, I don't know what's happening, man, but we got to get your audio worked out, man, because we got some real things to talk about. And I want people to know, you know,
well, how about now?
The way they go about these attacks is not the same for everybody. It's not the same way every time. Like, they rolling out new ways to attack people and new things. So if something happened to you a specific way, I mean, it's damn near impossible for me to tell Scott what happened to him. Like, no, that didn't happen this way. You know what I mean? Like, it's okay for everybody to have their own opinions on things. We could share our opinions and still be civil and still, you know, keep things pushing forward, push things forward in a respectful way. And at the same time, you know, nobody is going to agree. Everybody is going to have some kind of disagreement, especially in this community. You know what I mean? So it's like, I could talk about so many different ways they attacked me, because I believe I've done had all kinds of things. I know for a fact I've endured through so many different attacks. I endure through them every day, you know. But for somebody to just insinuate they know what happened to me, or what, you know, like, that's kind of out there, like, you know what I mean? But it's all good at the same time, you know, for us to share our opinion, because everybody's opinionated in this community, and, you know. But again, big shout out to Cheryl Lewis, I see you. Big shout out to Slack T.I. He said, nah, it's spreading disinfo. Slack, give us a call, man. Call us up, man. Let's hear what you got to say about that, man. That's what the podcast is about, man. You know. Let's see here. Cheryl Lewis says, hey, Scott, Kim, new creation. And by the way, guys, Scott has an amazing YouTube channel, right? He has an amazing YouTube channel. My boy's an artist. He makes music. And right now, I just want to break the ice a little bit. Thank you, everybody, for joining in. We're going to play some of his music, guys. He gets busy. Lyrically, he gets busy, guys. All right. Now, this is raw.
Thank you.
This is raw. This is raw hip hop. Okay. This is raw hip hop, guys. Some of you guys might get offended by some of the lyrics this guy's spewing, but he's a lyricist. All right. So we're gonna play some of his music, and then we're gonna come right back.
I appreciate that.
Let me know what you guys think in the comment section. Okay. This is NexxTime. Let's get it going.
Surround sound recordings.
Sometimes shit just be flying by. No matter if I try to slow down, no matter what I'm doing and where I'm going. But that's the thing, no matter who you are and what you do, everyone's time runs out. But you know this shit's fire. Every time I come around, see me cruising in your town. I don't ever get the run around. When it's going down, you won't ever hear a sound. Every time I come around, see me cruising in your town.
Surround sound recordings.
I don't ever get the run around. When it's going down, you won't ever hear a sound. Pay attention, pop some riddling, kid. You can see I keep it real, I'm on some literal shit. I'm about my money cause there's too many digits to get. I can't be broke because you see that's some pitiful shit. No need for alibis, there's no one I'm innocent with. I stay invisible, you know how a criminal gets. Let's go. As we climb up to the top, we're all on different levels. Even when you're winning shit, there's always different medals. Right. I'm from Jersey, lots of troublemakers mixed with rebels. Every other team has disappeared, so now I fuck with devils. Damn. I'm hungry, you can hear the fucking rumbling in my stomach. You'll get robbed like Manny Pacquiao does by the fucking judges. I'm punching with precision, I'll wipe out your division. I'll split your brain in half, then you can make a split decision. Okay. You listen to my writtens, you feel the shit I'm spitting. Man, the way I reel these bitches in, you swear that I was fishing. Easy. Some little dreams turn into bigger wishes. A bigger mission for bigger numbers and bigger digits. Bigger riches, getting itch, see these bitches vicious. You fuck around and get bodied, then see me digging ditches. Gone. I'm too cocky, don't move sloppy, cause if them fools got me, I'm on point like they already shot me. Go for the glory, you write about me, you got a story. A sniper posted in the corner like he's Robert Ory.
It's burning low. Only miss the sun when it starts to snow. Only know you love her when you let her go.
Surround.
Only know you've been high when you're feeling low. Only hate the road when you're missing home. Only know you love her when you let her go. And you let her go.
You regret everything you thought. You forget everything you're taught. You're upset when the lights go off, but the best things in life, they just can't be bought. All the sights we saw, all the fights we fought, all the nights we lost, all the rights went wrong for the life we sought, but the price it cost, I had to. And it hurts so bad when you let her go. Even worse, keeping it inside, never let her know. Now I'm only getting old, how can I be heading home? Nobody to talk to, no one that I get to hold. And we used to think that we'd have some kids, find a place to live, watch them get to grow. Now the only thing that I know is if I don't deal with all my demons, I'll be dead alone. Anytime we were together, any kind of any weather, thought our life would be together, had a better hope. But now even in the summertime, summertime, and even when the sun will shine, I'll never have to wonder why I'm getting cold. I miss you so much, I swear. Are you aware how I put you on a pedestal? Cause you know I put emotions in, they hide inside, I don't let them show. But you better know, if they never show, they'll build up every day you let them grow. To the point where it feels like it just might blow, implode, go crazy till your head explode.
Surround.
First time that I met you, wasn't even trying to sweat you, knowing that I get you. I ain't wanna stress you, I was down to go slow, never needing nothing extra. I ain't gonna test you, I ain't no professor, I don't wanna lecture. Maybe if I let you get into my head like a shrink, I could think in the blink of an eye would affect you in a good way, but I'm a bit lost. Now this isn't what I wanted, feeling ripped off, pissed off, all the missed calls and the pitfalls. Now I'm missing something like I'm going through a withdrawal. Now it's all fucked up like damn, I paid the price, but how much does this shit cost? Just saw you're a puzzle like a jigsaw, but when it came to you, ready to risk all. So tell me the way I should feel. I know you know.
Surround sound recordings.
Yeah, guys. Subscribe to the channel right now. Links is in the description, guys. What did you think about that music, man? Put it in the comment section right now. I thought it was amazing.
Thank you.
Yeah. Yes. Oh, yeah. Shout out to Kim Burr. Kim Burr, welcome to the stream. And what is that? IB David. IB David, you guys, welcome to the podcast. This is NexxTime. Let's go. Yeah. Guys, this is NexxTime, man. This is the podcast for the TI community. I got SKYPE to the right, rocking with me live tonight. If you guys appreciate what we're doing, man, show us some love. There is links in the description. You can donate to the channel. If not, just smash those thumbs up for the whole TI community, man. For the whole TI community, man. That's what we do. That's what we do here all day, every day. If you guys want to be a guest at any point on the podcast, this is something we started a long time ago. I just haven't, I haven't done it in a while. I figured it was time to bring it back. So, you can hit me up. My contact information is in the description. If you guys like SKYPE's music, my boy's on Spotify, SoundCloud. Those are just some snippets to a couple joints that he's got. And he's got music all on his channel. And he's talking about his targeting, man. He's talking about his, his struggle and what he's going through. Shout out to No Whining. No Whining, welcome to the podcast. I see you. Yeah.
Appreciate everyone.
Yeah, man. I see that. Okay, yeah, Scott, thank you, man. Whatever you did, your audio is back and it's good now. We're crystal clear now.
Awesome.
Appreciate that. Definitely, man. I see that this V2K thing is a very sensitive, touchy subject. I've definitely suffered through those attacks, on many times. I mean, like, I can remember, like, this was happening to me back in freaking the 2000s, I would say 2008, 2009, 2010. I didn't even know what was going on. I didn't know nothing about this program. I thought I was a freaking, the doctors called me a schizophrenic or psychopath or something. He was like, psychotic. He said I was psychotic. That's what he called me. So psychotic.
Or schizophrenic. That's what they want you to believe.
Yeah, that's exactly what they want me to believe. And, we just got to keep in mind that, I'm pretty sure I've went through a lot of things that a lot of people haven't gone through. And, just because you might not have went through what I went through, or I might not have experienced what you go through, I can't, just say somebody's disinformation, and you know what I mean?
Exactly.
Every
TI has a unique situation. Every one of us.
That's not cool. But at the same time, we know, if you know, like I know, this community is definitely infiltrated heavily, right? And everybody who comes on YouTube or whatever, Everybody who comes on claiming that they're targeted is not really targeted. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
And that's the sad reality of the situation. And they definitely use people, you know, to infiltrate, and those people are getting paid lots of money. Yep. You know, while I can barely hold on to a freaking dollar. You know what I mean? Like, they make things so impossible for us to even get any kind of money or any kind of, scratch the money, any kind of happiness, any kind of peace of mind. You know?
That's what they want.
And,
yeah.
It definitely happens like that. So, you know, and again, like, it's really next to impossible to decipher who is, you know, real and who is a freaking agent, unless you've been out here, you know, like me. Like, I've been out here, Scott. Like, I've been to the West Coast and back, you know, like on the streets, like nowhere to go. And, you know, I had a lot of perps reach out to me and, you know, pretend that they were TIs, and I went through some real bad setups and attacks from people in this community, you know.
Yeah.
From people that just, you know, did me any kind of way. And, you know, like, it's just the harsh realities, man, actually really going through this, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely.
So
only we know how it is, you know. No one will ever know unless you are a TI exactly what it's like.
Absolutely. And you could try, you know. Sometimes I feel like it's best to keep some things to yourself, you know, because I honestly don't really think, like, I don't know, man. What do you think? I'm going to pose this question to you, Scott, and I'm going to pose this question to everybody that's watching live. Shout out to everybody that's watching live. Oh, whoa. Fox 5 Love, welcome to the podcast. I didn't see you. Yeah. Big shout out to Fox. Well, what do you guys think, everybody watching live, man? What do you think is the ratio, you know, from, like, in this TI community, from your experience that you've experienced with this TI community, what do you think is the ratio from real TIs to the freaking dirty perp, you know, bootlicking infiltrators that's out here posing as TIs? What do you think? What do you guys think?
I would like to believe that it's more real TIs than not. Like, maybe I would like to believe like 70-80% of real TIs. And I'm speaking on a matter of like who I see and speak with online every day. I don't know everyone. Like, when I mentioned Kevin Christian, like, someone, you know, Slack TI is laughing at that. I'm assuming he thinks he's a psyop or he's not a real TI. I've even heard people say, are you familiar with Ella Free and her podcast?
Yeah, I actually did Ella Free. I actually did her show. She didn't post my video, but okay. I've talked to Ella Free. I was a guest on her show, and I've talked to her a few times.
Right.
I've talked to her a few times, yeah.
Yeah, and I've even talked to people that believe that she's a perp. So it's really, that's the one thing that really bothers me, like the not being able to trust who's who. In my opinion, though, I would like to believe that it's more of us that are real than fake, or a psyop, or an actual gang stalker. Most of my comments on my videos are positive from other TIs I speak with. A lot of them I became friends with. Sometimes I hang out with a few of them. I talk to a few of them on the phone, and they're all positive people, I believe, that are real TIs. And then, you know, I once in a while I'll get like one or two guys that'll comment some negative, stupid stuff that you can know they're perps or gang stalkers themselves. And I've had people like once in a while on social media hit me up and mess with me, asking me questions, but then I figured out that they're just a perp. But it's definitely a lot more real than I'd say perps and psyops.
Okay, well, I just want to give a big shout out to Little Allison. Little Allison, welcome to the podcast. best. Well, let me fill you in on a couple things, Scott. Because this TI community is very tricky, man. Okay, like it's very tricky, and sometimes a perps will show you who they are, right? They'll show you who they are. Sometimes it takes longer to figure out who they are, because sometimes they come along and they're like, yeah, what's up, yeah, blah blah blah, and you can be cool and they do nice things for you and they build up a rapport with you and make you feel like, yeah, that's my friend. And then you open up to them and you start telling them stuff, and then they turn people against you and do purpose. You know what I mean? Like they don't just come they don't just come off right away and let you know, like, you know, by doing purpose stuff to you. Some of them do, some of them don't. You know, and then at the same time, nobody's going to admit to it. Nobody is going to say, oh, you got me, Scott. I was perping on you.
Right. Exactly.
I'm
a perp. Never.
You got me. They're going to lie and deny, and then they're going to start talking shit about you to other people and be like, hey, Scott, what's going on? All right, I'll talk to you later. And then on the phone with the next TI or whatever, because I've noticed that they work together. You know, the perps, they work together and they smear people together, and they don't just come out right away and do purpose. Some of them do, and that's a part of the psyop. You know,
right?
And even these females out here, even these pretty girls, you know, they'll come along. Some of them not so pretty. You know, some of them like, oh yeah, I like you, I want to be with you, and this and that. And then you meet them, and then they acting straight like, you know what I mean? Acting like you a stranger, like acting like actually going above and beyond to make the situation awkward. You know what I mean? Gaslighting you and everything. Like this is so crazy, bro. You know what I mean? It's so freaking crazy, bro. Like how this thing is structured. And then they'll have people, you know, like, I don't know, like they really freaking broke me, bro. Like they really hung me over and like just chew me up, spit me out, like chew me up again. And it's so tricky, you know, like you learn as you go, though. You learn as you go, and if you have God with you, you're able to walk away from danger, or, you know, escape danger. You know what I mean? Like I've had attempts on my life. I've had so many psyops that was just out of this mind that just drove me into straight insanity that I don't even know how I came back from. You know what I mean? I'm just being honest. And they're like, they'll will you in. Like they're like, yeah, brother, yeah, such and such, you can come stay with me. And then next thing you know, you get there, and then, you know, it's a freaking side, and you don't realize. Another thing is, you don't realize until you're in the fire that these people are perps with some of these people. They play it off good, and they play it off good, and it freaking really sucks, man, because they get paid big money to do this.
Right. Yeah. I've heard others, you know, say the same things that you've said, that they've definitely been brought down to a dark place, and you know, thank God came back from it.
Oh my God.
But yeah, I mean, the more people I talk to, the more say that I'm lucky. I don't deal with the physical weapons, and I don't deal with any harassment when I go out. No gang stalkers.
Wait, hold up. Let me see who is this? We got a new subscriber. Let me see. Who is that? I can't see it. Little Allison's just subscribed. Big shout out to Little Allison. Oh man, thank you for subscribing, Little Allison. She's a part of the family now. Big shout out to you. Oh man, but yeah, man, it's tricky, bro. Like it really is, man. Like it really is, bro. Like you never see it coming. You know what I mean? Like they reel you in, and they make you feel like you're friends, and then you start telling them opening up, because they know like how we're isolated. Like when you alone and isolated all the time, and then you have somebody to come along and y'all might share the same or share some common interests, or even the targeting, they always come along and they pretend like they're targeting. Like, you got to be a piece of fucking shit to do that to somebody. You know what I mean?
Right. The absolute worst. The bottom feeding, total loser, the most vile, repulsive, subhuman garbage that you can imagine.
You have to be.
Yeah.
And it's like,
absolutely.
They don't care. It's like they don't care, bro. Like, they make big money behind this. That's why they do it. Like, I don't know anybody that's out here perping on people for free. And like doing this, setting people up, and being a part of that. Nobody's doing it for free. They're making big money off of it, bro. Like, that's how, that's why they fight tooth and nail to keep this thing covert.
Right. Yeah. I don't know how my stalkers do it, because my stalkers sit home all day. They don't have jobs. They're on welfare, and that's why I'm not sure if they're getting paid for it or if they're just enjoying watching me because they're obsessed with me, and they just barely get by, on a welfare check. But
shout out to Slack T.I. He said, Nexx, if you know some people in the community wronged you, you should. Well, he says wronged you.
Shouldn't you expose them?
Right. Shouldn't you expose them so the rest of us don't get burnt? And I'm gonna say this: I don't have to expose them, Slack T.I. They expose themselves, because those are the same people that's going around saying Nexx is a perp, or Nexx did this, or Nexx did that. They are doing that to me. So when you hear these people talking crazy about me, they expose themselves. I don't have to jump out the window and say, I don't want to be the one contributing to this one's a perp, this one's a, even though I do know, they're going to expose themselves, like T.I. And I'm pretty sure a lot of people have heard that. Like, they go around, they talk, they go to Wayne, they go to Cheryl, they go to Jeff O, they talk crazy, they go to Kyle, they talk crazy about me. Those people will expose themselves. I don't feel like I need to stoop down to their level, and you know what I mean? Because like what's done in the dark is gonna come to the light at the end of the day. So
absolutely,
I don't want to be the one to have anything negative to say, even though I almost came so close. I just don't feel like that's the solution. Like, to be sitting around, this one is a perp and this one isn't that,
Right.
Honestly,
right.
I don't feel like that's the answer, but those people will do that for me, and you'll be surprised. Like, it's people in the TI community that's well respected, that people think is freaking high and mighty, and they freaking perps. They're not handlers. That's really freaking government agents that's out here like setting people up and V2K'ing people and all kind of crazy stuff that's happening out here, man. That's really a part of this stuff, man. And it's just saddening, and it broke my heart. It really did. It broke my freaking heart, man. Like, so many times, like, going through these attacks with these people. I considered them my friends. Like, I thought these people were my friends, like.
And that's what they want you to think.
Absolutely. Yeah, until it's too late and you in the fire and you feeling that fire. Like, once you feel that fire, that's when you find out. Like, that's how they structure this thing. Like, they wait until they got you. Like, when you're like me, like, I'm like, I don't have no place to live, like, homeless. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
I don't know where my next meal is gonna come from sometimes. And then I see people, they're like on YouTube, they have houses, they like driving their cars, asking for donations. Like, what?
Right.
Like, what? Like, really, bro? Like, really? You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly.
But it's like, all right, it's cool. Like, I just keep my head up, and I'll just, just try to do the best I can do,
Yeah, that's all you can do, man.
At the end of the day, Let's see here. Let's go to the comment sections, man. Guys, don't forget, man, this is NexxTime, all right? This is not the sit down. This is NexxTime. I got Scott Free with me. At any time, if you guys just want to call up and chime in, there's a number that streams along the bottom. You're more than welcome to call us up and let your voice be heard. And at the same time, if you have any questions for me or for Scott, put it in the comment section right now, man. What'd you guys think about my boy's music, man? I know I was blown away. I was definitely blown away when I heard it. Shout out to Sheppel, too. I hope I'm saying that right. Shout out to Sheppel. I seen Sheppel on Honey Ann's channel. Seen her on 444 channel. Shout out to you, man. Welcome to the podcast, man. It's NexxTime. Slack TI says, I'm tired of the fear mongering and endless everyone's a perp if they talk shit on that. Yeah, man. It happens, man. It definitely does happen, man. It really does. And the people that's really going through it, you know, like me, like my heart goes out to you because I know what it is. And I'm sick and tired of a lot of these, you know, people. I don't even know. I can't say TIs. I'm going to say people. They keep coming with this narrative, Scott, like, if you've done drugs, if you've done any kind of drugs, then you can't be a TI because you're a drug addict or you're a dope head or such and such. Like, what kind of shit is that? And then at the same time, these same people be like, Jesus Christ is the way. Jesus. In chapter 4, Mark Anthony verse 6 says, no dope for the dope head. Like, come on, bro. Like, really? If you really in that Bible, you're not even supposed to come at nobody like that. You're not supposed to judge nobody like that. You're supposed to pray for people struggling. Right. Don't you know they're using these freaking these psyops, or not? I don't want to say psyops, but they're using these frequencies to mind control people to go and to have addictions, to be alcoholics or drug addicts or whatever. There's a lot of real TIs is struggling. Like when I went to Denver, I met some TIs that was on the street, man. That was real TIs, bro. You know what I mean?
Right.
And they was definitely going through some things, man. Like, some people have addictions. Some people go through things. Some people are mind controlled to do things and not even realize it. And that just happens, man. And if you're a Christian and then you in your Bible, man, you called to pray for people, not judge them and make fun of them. And call them dope head and this and that, and like I really don't understand the logic in some of these people, Scott.
Yeah, I know. It's nuts. It's absolutely insane. But yeah, like it's like it's totally insane to me how some gang stalkers like actually think that they're doing the right thing or that they're not total scumbags. Like I guess if you're like if you're like a loser, low life, I can understand why you would want to lie to yourself and make yourself feel better every day. Because if I was a loser, gang stalker, scumbag, I'd have to lie to myself so I don't kill myself. I'd feel like, you know, I'd have to create my own illusion and just be delusional just to get through the day.
But you know what though, Scott? If you understood, bro, how much money they make to do these attacks, bro. They make more money than the drug dealers out here. And then at the same time, they're able to, like, they not only do they collect money off of our suffering and pain, but they connect them with high jobs. Like, they work these amazing jobs. They make $30, $40, $50 an hour and then come home and then do more gang stalking and get paid off of that. They just make so much money. They don't even give a shit. They don't even give a shit because they live in. They're like, yo, I'm getting this money. Like, I'm getting so much money. Then they're able to, you know, say, oh, I'm gonna donate $300 to this one, and you know, to somebody because they can use that little bit of money. Like, I believe they have donating budgets. Some of these freaking perks.
Yeah, see, that's another funny thing to me because I've heard everything what you just said. That they make a lot. I've heard there's some that make a lot. I've heard that others get gift cards, and that's it. But in my case,
I think that might be a lower level gang stalker maybe, and or the gift card thing might be a freaking psyop. That might be a psyop, bro, because the people that's out here gang stalking me and targeting me and freaking playing games with my mind, bro, every day, they making money, bro. They ain't getting no freaking gift cards. They're not getting no gift cards, bro. They're making thousands of dollars, bro. Thousands.
Okay, and that's another reason why I say that every single TI I've met, when none of us have the same situation. Every one of us has a very different and unique situation in what we're dealing with and how our gang stalkers are. Some people have no idea who their gang stalkers are. Others who know exactly who they are. In my case, I know exactly who they are, my old neighbors, and I know for a fact that if they are getting paid, they're not getting much, because these people, that their lights used to go out, their power I used to hang an extension cord outside of my window and let them use my power because their electricity would get shut off every other month. They would ask, like, not only did they break into my house, like what I mentioned earlier, and and before I figured out it was them, they would play it off and act cool, like. I could tell that that they are very poor, and I know they're on welfare. And if you're that poor that your lights are getting shut off, and you're asking me to borrow my Wi-Fi, to borrow my electricity, you're not making much. And it's not like they ever left their house. It's not like they ever went on vacations. It's not like I ever saw them coming home from the mall with like shopping bags, like. You know what I mean? So my stalkers are the lowest level, and I'm not even sure if they are getting money, because I've heard other theories of like if you're not getting a check, not working for a government agency, of you just making a little bit of money live streaming someone's life. And it's the same type of thing how a girl can make an account on My Free Cams and she can make a little bit of money taking off her clothes and like people sending tips to her,
Oh, they make bank, bro. Those chicks make bank. I want to give a big shout out to Sleeping Beauty. Welcome to the podcast. This is NexxTime, Sleeping Beauty. Yeah. You know what, Scott? Like, this thing is so tricky, right, bro? Like, you wouldn't even know, like, those people that you said they asked you for your Wi-Fi passcode. They asked you for you to use their Wi-Fi.
Right.
They might be using that same Wi-Fi to target you with, and like those people might not even live there. That might be a psyop, bro. Like that might be where they work. They just come there and act like they live there, but that might be a freaking psyop. Like they go above. They go above and beyond, bro, to trick us and to make us believe things that's not true and to mess with our head, bro. Like,
I know they do, but in my case, I know that this is not just two people. This is a family, bro. There's a guy and a girl and their kids. They're young kids that they're using to stalk me with. I hear their kids through my V2K like all day. Wow. It's crazy. Yeah. So I know this is their real home. The same thing with the second family that moved in, that joined in on the stalking. I know exactly who they are and what they are, and I have a very good idea of the exact type of people they are on welfare and just barely getting by. The second family that joined in right when I figured it out and before I moved out of that apartment, they're crackheads. The week after they moved in, I was finding crack pipes in the laundry room in the basement. Where like we all had our separate washer and dryer to do our laundry. They were leaving crack pipes on the floor, like they didn't they didn't care, Yeah,
I know that. So I know that when dealing with this, everything is placed in specific places, and people are at like how when your neighbors are in on it, and you go outside, and right when you go outside, another neighbor is coming out the door, or you right when you about to go somewhere, they walking right beside you, or like everything is placed precision, just right, just to mess with you, bro, like just to get in your head. I want to give a big shout out to Therian L. Knight. I see you, bro. Welcome to the podcast. This is NexxTime. I see you. Yeah, man, and they mastermind this, man, and they take the time out, bro, to really mastermind this, to freaking trigger you. Whatever is your trigger, bro, they're gonna get deep down. They're gonna keep, they're gonna keep pecking at it and keep getting at it. And it's crazy, bro. It really is, man. How they roll out these attacks on us, man. And I believe you, though. You know what I mean? Like I don't want you to feel like I'm trying to gaslight you or nothing. Like I definitely,
no.
I definitely believe you, bro. Like when you say what you say,
right?
I believe you, bro.
I appreciate that, and I'm looking at these comments, and there's like other people that I like are having their own opinion and everything.
Yeah. But that's what's gonna happen, Scott. We gotta,
of course,
it's all good. Everybody's gonna,
of course, yeah.
Everybody's gonna have their opinion at the end of the day, but sometimes everybody is not going through what we are going through. You know what I mean? And I keep that in mind at the same time. You know what I mean? I had a lot of people like that I've, I mean, you could go back and look through all my videos, throughout my videos. Like I was surrounded by some people that I thought were real TIs, that I thought were my friends, that I thought had my back, and at the end of the day, they really didn't. Time played itself out. Things unfolded, unraveled the way they did, and life goes on, man. And I have to move forward, and I have to live my life. Those people got paid. I got an apology. You know what I mean? Like. It's crazy, bro, and things always got twisted around and flipped around, and I get gaslighted, and that's a part of it, man. That's a part of the psyop, bro. And those same people, Scott, will be in your comments, like cheering you on, like great video, Scott, that's great, such and such. Those same people will be at the rallies you go to. Those same people will be on the conference calls. Those same people, right? That's why I said, man, it's really tricky, bro. It really is.
They want us confused. They want us arguing with each other. They don't want us united together and all fighting the good fight, because they know that it goes along with anything that's in the past, in history. Like when there's something like this going on, they want us to be isolated, divided, arguing amongst each other, fighting, not trusting one another. They never, and when it comes to anything that's ever happened in history, just like segregation or I'm just trying to think of an example where that what I just said it was exactly what happened. They just want people separated and just not fight any gangs. Whoever was a fan of Tupac. Pac always used to say this nation was built on gangs. The FBI, the NSA, the CIA, the NYPD. This nation was built on gangs. And Pac said, now, if we want really to change things for the better, he said this in like one of the last interviews before he died, that then we can actually form a unity. We can actually get together, set rules and regulations. We can be organized, and we can have a revolution. But no, we got to be isolated. We got to be arguing and fighting amongst each other over bullshit.
Yeah.
And that's one of the truest things that I always loved about what Pac would say, not just in his music but in his interviews.
Yeah, absolutely, man. I'm tripping, man. My boy Mike said, he said, yes, Cheryl, they look like they're on crack, meth, and flocka. No, who are they talking about, man? Who y'all talking about who y'all talking about, man? Guys, this is it's NexxTime, man. It's the podcast, man. I see you guys coming out, man, and y'all lighting that comment section up, man. I appreciate it, man. I hope y'all smashing those thumbs up. How many thumbs up we got on this video, Scott?
It looks like we got 18.
Okay, 18 thumbs up. 37 people in here. That's how you know who the ops is, and Well, honestly, no, because the ops will hit the thumbs up button too. You know, so you
Yeah,
never
you
know.
never know.
But you can just kind of gauge it. You know, you can kind of figure it out. But it's all good. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Right.
It is all good. It's all good. It was all good just a week ago. Yeah. And this is NexxTime, guys. If you want to be a guest on the podcast, hit me up, man. My contact information is in the description. And you know, we're gonna keep this train rolling. If you guys like what we're doing, you want to show some love to the channel, man, and just donate, man. There's some donation links in the description as well. My boy Scott Free has a YouTube channel.
Yes,
His
sir.
link is in the description. You guys subscribe, man. Subscribe. And I see people saying like, you know, this when we do these streams, man, they get attacked sometimes. You guys seen what happened to Scott's audio, but what I wanted to say is if you get, you know, start buffering or anything, just hit the refresh button. It'll come right back like it's new, and we're gonna keep this train rolling. Right, we're gonna keep it going like we do it this time. Man, Scott, I just feel like, you know, I feel bad, man, because you said that about your friend, that you thought he stole something from you or something like that.
Yeah, man. Yeah, when I first moved into that apartment, they broke into my place. They stole $5,000 cash, my $2,000 diamond watch, and they knew exactly where to go. Nothing was moved out of place at all. Right. So what does that tell me? I thought it was a friend of mine that was coming over my house a lot, that was known to steal things here and there, but I thought he was a good friend of mine. I blamed him. And they broke into, you know, they broke through the lock, and this kid did like work on like houses and stuff. So he had tools that he drove around with all day. It made sense to me at the time that it was him. So I blamed him, not knowing, and then I completely cut him off. And after I moved out, one day when I just moved out and I figured everything out, I thought about it and I realized it was them. And as I thought about it, I heard them through the V2K say, "Oh shit.
Wow.
Oh damn."
Wow.
So they knew, yeah. So then now I know that it's them, and I wanted to apologize to this guy because you know, after I cut him off, I had other friends say like, "Hey Scotty, you know, like Jay said it wasn't him. He wants to talk to you." And I literally said some fucked up shit like, "I don't give a fuck. Tell him I said drop dead." Those were my last words to him. He died about a month ago, and now I have to live with that because I didn't get a chance to reach out to him and apologize. So that's something I have to live with.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh man, it manifested. Oh, shout out to Krista. I see Krista Naples. Shout out to Krista. This is the podcast, Krista. It's NexxTime. Welcome. Yes.
Could it be perhaps others are gang stalking you behind it and paying neighbors to harass you, Scott? I really don't know, Ginger. All I know is I've never had a problem with anybody with this type of stalking stuff until I moved into that apartment and it was my neighbors. So I don't know why anyone else would start stalking me and pay them to do it. These people are just sick people. If there's other if you knew them, they have the personality of a gang stalker. When they had a newborn baby, the baby was a month or two old. They posted a video on their own Instagram of them taking the baby, stuffing like t-shirts or socks in the baby's shirt to make the baby look like it had tits. And the guy Martin, and his baby mama Eliana is like feeling up the baby while Martin is filming it and saying, "Ooh, look at this sexy big booby baby. Ooh." These, like, you know what I'm saying? Who would not only do that, but who would post that on their own Instagram like it's the right thing to do? I saw the comments. Their own friends that followed them on Instagram said, "Wow, you guys are fucking freaks." So these people are just total perverted. Like when I go to the bathroom, I hear them getting off to like I hear them like it's like, you know, like just I can literally hear them getting off to it. One of my other videos on my channel, one of the craziest things about a month or two before I moved out. Yeah. One night, this guy, he stayed up with his son. The whole family was probably doing it. They stayed up all night playing porn, trying to make me they wanted to see me jerk off. They stayed up all night together playing porn the whole night. I'm talking about not like a few hours, like from like maybe 1, 2 in the morning until like almost noon. And then I heard their little son, who's about 9 or 10 years old, I heard him say, "Dad, this is pointless." Like, that little kid had more dignity than his father, who was trying to do everything in his power to try to get me aroused and watch me jerk off. These are the type of sick fucks that are like, they are just perverted voyeur gang stalkers. They get off, like, some gang stalkers want to get off on hurting you physically, like putting you through pain. Some gang stalkers want to make you stressed out all the time, following you and making you just paranoid about everyone. Some gang stalkers want to watch you in the bathroom, in the shower. Some want all the above, you know? Like, these people, my neighbors, my gang stalkers in particular, they're just sick, perverted sex offender voyeurs. If you're a gang stalker and you're the type of stalker that is totally cool with having your little children do this with you, to me, that says enough right there.
Yo,
you're beyond sick.
It's happening, bro. Like, it's happened to me. Like, I've been...
Cheryl's too in the comments. She's mentioning it. Yeah, like she hears like her stalkers' kids as well.
Yeah, like, no, I've actually been harassed and freaking gang stalked in public by whole families. Like, they had whole families. Like, I was in a Tampa airport, man, for like 3 days. I wanted to get the hell out of there. Like, I didn't know. It was so crazy, bro. Like, and it was just people just freaking in droves. Like, I mean, like, they was coming at me so hard, bro. And it was like whole families. It was like kids, wives, husbands, sons, like even old ladies in wheelchairs, bro. Like, they go hard. Like, they definitely go hard. Like, they was stalking with a passion, bro. Like, and it was just crazy, bro. Like, it just, I don't know, man. Like, it just, at the end of the day, it's like, damn, like, no matter where you go, like, when you're really going through this, man, like, people don't even see you as a person. They see you as freaking food, you know, like, you're a freaking a check, basically.
Right.
You know?
Right. You're a check. You're a zoo animal on display.
We're gonna set you up, and we're gonna get the most money we can, and then we're gonna send you off to somebody else who can get more money. And we're just gonna keep the money moving around like that, like.
Right.
It's crazy.
And Fox 5 Glove. Everything you just said, same thing with me. Like, I use the bathroom, I hear them get aroused, and Fox 5 just said, such a demeaning feeling. It has destroyed my ability to have a normal sex drive. Yeah, I don't even think about talking. I don't even try to talk to a girl, and can't even think about getting into a relationship with that. I can't imagine doing even like kissing someone and just hearing them knowing they're watching. Like, it gets me disgusted. I don't even like think about that stuff anymore. And that she's absolutely right. That's exactly how I feel all the time now, knowing how these people just get aroused off of me using the bathroom. It's disgusting. It just kills your. So yeah, like in that. Thank you, I appreciate that. There's people that are in the comments that are agreeing with like so many things that I'm saying right now.
Absolutely, guys. If you guys have any questions for me or Scott, or you guys got anything you want to say, put it in the comment section, man. Or if you know, let's not forget. There's a phone number.
Thank you, Fox.
There's a phone number streaming across the bottom. If you guys want to call us up. Give a shout out to your, whoever, or just, voice your opinion. Don't be afraid, man. That's what it's there for, right? Definitely. I mean, it's crazy. I mean, like, even things like taking a shower, like, they gotta be freaking watching you. Like, you can't even do simple things like that, like. But at the end of the day, like, I don't want to give up on the thought of maybe. That there might be somebody out there for me, but at the same time, I don't know. Some days I wake up and I feel like, man, like, because everything has been infiltrated, bro. Like, for me, like, almost everything, almost every communication, almost every relationship, and it's been like that for a long time, and it's so sad, bro. Like, it's like depressing. Like, when I think about it, bro, like, it breaks my heart, bro. Like,
yeah.
And it's like, what the like, what is the end game? What is the end game here? You know?
That's exactly what I said when I first figured it out. I remember sitting there hearing them talk to me one night, and I'm just thinking to myself, like, what is the end game? Like, I'm like, all right, you broke into my apartment, you stole a lot of money. What do you think I'm some like crazy gangster that has like thousands of money like buried somewhere? Like, do you think I'm gonna lead you to a pot of gold or something? And now that's not the case. It's been like over a year now, so and just knowing their personalities even better, how just disgusting like sex offenders they are. What is the point of this? And like I mentioned too, I don't think if they are getting paid, it can't be much. If you're getting paid a lot of money, why is your electricity getting shut off every other month? Why are you?
Box
you know,
of psyops,
like,
bro. Life is a box of psyops. You never know what you're gonna get. Life is like a box of psyops.
Yeah.
You never know.
And then to have not only that family, but the second family I was living with on the first floor, the family of crackheads, like to have them join in and watch me every day with their kids as well. I have no other reason. I'm a humble guy. I've never been the type of guy to ever walk around thinking, oh man, girls sweat me. I'm the hottest thing. Like, I'm hot shit. No, I've been the opposite. Like, I've never had to try to get with girls. Like, they've just, it's just natural to me. And I'm not saying that to be cocky. I'm saying that because it's the truth. And I've never, and I'm more of a shy guy, a humble, quiet, shy guy. But I have no other reason at this point to believe that they're doing this other than they are completely obsessed with me. Like, I've heard the guys, like the father, the Martin, and then the father of the second family stalking me on the first floor, Phil. Like, I've literally heard them as I'm going to the bathrooms. Like I've heard both of them say, like, "Oh yeah, watch him. Ooh yeah, and I can tell it's not them like messing around. They're really getting off to it."
Yeah, we got a call coming in. Let's see. Hey, what's going on? You on NexxTime?
Hey, it's Slack TI.
Slack TI, what's going on?
Nothing, dude. Just trying to let Scott know his neighbor's kids out watching him take a shower through V2K and R&M.
This is Slack?
That's Slack. Yes, sir.
You're so positive of
it's
this,
not
but
your
how
neighbors
come?
through V2K. That's horrible misinformation that's going to get someone to act on something and get them in trouble or hurt, or in jail, or incarcerated, or locked up.
Slack. Has
that been your situation, Slack? They've been hitting you with the V2K?
No, it's everyone's situation. They tell you it's your neighbors. They tell you it's your family members. It's not your neighbors. Your neighbors aren't watching you through R&M. That's the box of psyops, dude. That's the box of psyops.
Uh-oh. Then why did I hear them? Why did I hear them outside my door?
They don't give crackheads this technology. You can't buy an EMF broadcast headset at a pawn shop, because if crackheads had them, there'd be tons of them at pawn shops. If crackheads had this technology, cluckers on the street would be talking about it all the time. But they
do realize it's not technology at this point.
That it is your neighbors through V2K is dangerous, and you're going to get someone to act upon that, and people should not believe that, because it is not.
Slack, okay. I respect your opinion, but I'm telling you for a fact.
Dangerous misinfo, dude.
I know what I know.
Aren't in on the secret. They're not getting told what to say and do in front of you. Like that, yeah.
Right, I didn't say
possible.
that.
Okay.
But the people
I didn't say
on
they're
your
getting told.
are not your neighbors, dude.
You don't think so?
Slack, at this point, man, we can agree to disagree, because I will swear.
I think it's just me and you next right now.
Say that.
You can look in the
Say that one more time.
I think it's just me and you on the phone next. I'm not watching the video, so.
Okay. No, Scott is here. He can't hear you. He can't hear you, Scott. But
Slack, you can't hear me?
He can't hear you, bro. No.
Okay.
No, he can't. But I think that in some cases, you're right, bro. I really feel like you're right. And then
crackheads do not have this technology. His welfare neighbors do not have this technology.
And in other situations, it could be, you know, like they might not have that technology, but they could definitely be in on a person's targeting.
Oh yeah, 100%, 100%.
They could definitely be involved
100%. You know, on the targeting
on the day-to-day operations.
For gift cards, for whatever the fucking pay is, for sure. Yeah, for sure. They're in on it. But his kids aren't sitting there commenting on him taking a shower. No one is obsessed with him. V2K all comes from the same place. We got put on a shitty list, and we're all hooked up to a computer mainframe with AI saying the same loops and same shit with some designated voice modulation that sounds like some people you might think it is. It all comes from the same place. That box of psyops, man.
Box of psyops. You never know what you're going to get.
Says Lucky Charms, you open it up, there's a big turd inside.
Shout out to Slack TI, man, for calling in, man. You want to give any shout outs, man?
Fuck yeah, Cheryl, dude. Cheryl, Tanya's up in here. We got Floyd up in there.
Okay.
Fox Lab Gloves up in there. Okay. I forget who else is up in there. I had to leave the chat to call in.
Jennifer Burns, man. You can't forget about Jen, man. Jennifer Burns, man.
Yep. Jen Burns is up in there. That's what I'm saying.
Absolutely, man. Well, yo, thank you for calling, man. We're gonna get back to it, man. But
I just want to know. I just want everyone to know, dude. Perpetuating the idea that it's your neighbors through V2K is very dangerous information to be spreading.
Scott is he's typing some comments to you, man. So hop back on the video, man. So you can hear what his response to your comment,
there are people telling Slack that he's wrong.
I'm just saying it's very dangerous. His neighbor's kids on welfare aren't watching him take showers and shit.
Okay.
Okay.
Right. Don't get me wrong, dude. I shower with my fucking eyes closed. I haven't listened to V2K in a year. I have headphones in 24 hours a day and choose to listen to other shit.
Right.
But it's all a fucking psyop, dude. Like, it's not your neighbors.
Okay.
I've moved for 4 different states, dude, and you know the narrative, it changes every time.
It does. They always switching it up, man. I see it. That's one thing I could.
On the closest thing to make you act on something very dangerous and get you in trouble immediately.
Absolutely.
That's all it is.
Absolutely, man. Thank you for calling, man.
Hell yeah.
All right, bro. We'll holler at you. That was Slack TI, guys. That was amazing. Shout out to him.
Yeah.
That was Slack TI, guys. Big shout out to him for calling in. Uh-oh, we got another call coming in. All right, let's see who it is. The calls is coming in. What's going on? You on NexxTime?
Yo, what's up, Nexx? This is Stanley Ford, man, a.k.a. Truth Serum, baby.
Truth Serum, what's going on, my boy? What's going on? Big Truth.
Man,
what's going on?
I'm right here, man. I'm right here dealing with it. I wanted to say, first of all, dude, that I love what y'all doing. Y'all doing a good job tonight.
I appreciate that, man.
Keep doing the thing, dude. You're doing a good job, too.
Okay.
I don't really have, like, too much to really say about with the tech and all that kind of stuff because it's so deep that for us to be online and throwing out little 4 or 5 sentence comments about this technology,
right? We
know it's a lot deeper than that. You know what I mean? So to judge each other, that's probably one of the only things that really bothers me is that people experience different types of targeting. So therefore, it's like, yo, if somebody is speaking about something that they're dealing with, then we'll listen to it. We can soak it in. We don't have to believe it. But the thing is, this is the discipline that we have to deal with being TI.
Right.
We have to listen to things that, even false narratives, we have to listen to all kind of things and then get to understand the difference as we move along. But wanted to shout out to everybody out there.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
You want to give a shout out?
Up to everybody. And my name's Stanley Ford. I'm from Belize originally. I live in Long Beach, California. Look here. The thing is this. Stay strong, y'all, because we see shit's going on right now globally. There's things going on, and we have to just stay strong and do what we have to do to maintain our sanity and maintain our health and keep pushing on, because this thing is gonna start taking, like your name, Nexx. It's gonna go to the next level.
Oh man.
You know what I'm saying? It's gonna keep this thing is, and we're sitting here watching. But we got a front row seat. A lot of people are sitting back and don't know shit.
Oh man, he's heating up, guys. He's heating up. He's heating up.
You know what I mean?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
You know, so you know the thing. So I wanted to ask you, how you feeling, man?
Oh man, I'm going through things, man, every day. You know, I'm going through things every day, man, and just taking it one day at a time, and you know, trying to, you know, that's all I can do for right now. You know.
Right, you're doing a good service for the TI community. I'd like to just let you know that. You know that already, but I just thought I'd let you know that. And I'm still right here.
Yeah.
You know, just doing what I have to do and taking care of business, man. You know, it's, you know, just funny things. You know, talking about this whole targeting thing, Scott. You know, the whole like targeting thing. It's like it's a trip. You know, like I can go to the supermarket like the day before yesterday. I run into like 5 people I knew from 3 or 4 years ago. And they all just happen to come down the aisle. I'm going in. I'm going to go pick up some little items to make a spaghetti.
He's heating up. He's heating up.
The thing is that I don't really give him too much attention. Although we're aware.
Right.
We're aware. We got to be aware. It's natural. If you're not aware, you'll die. You hear?
Right.
So the thing is that we just got to keep pushing. You know, blessings to everybody, especially dealing with B2K.
Yes. It's not easy,
that's the worst.
It's
That's the worst because when you have your personal thoughts, you have somebody fucking with your personal thoughts, and that's not cool.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? And as far as me, I'm a retired military disabled veteran.
Right.
You know what I mean? And I remember when I got out the service back in 2000, dude.
Right.
I was married 12 years, and I was complaining to my wife that the neighbors was talking about.
Wow.
And then my wife couldn't understand that shit. She was like, what? And so it took about 9 months of me doing all that complaining, and it destroyed my marriage.
Oh, no.
You know what I mean? So I haven't had V2K since. I didn't even know what V2K was at that time.
Right. I know exactly how you feel, bro.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes,
so
sir.
the thing is that, you know, I don't get it now. Maybe I get subliminal once, but it doesn't really affect me much. But the fact of the matter is that we have to continue to push on. Nothing is forever. Everything is just for a while. And us as TIs, we got to remember that shit. And it's important that, you know, as a drug and alcohol counselor and a former social worker, I love to talk. I like to help people.
Mm-hmm.
I used to like to deal with cancer patients, children under 10 years old, and things like that.
Yeah.
And I always like to help people. Now, it's like I'm the one that needs help.
Yeah.
But I still have the capacity to help, just like you're doing.
Absolutely.
You're helping people having this podcast, Nexx.
Absolutely. Bro, when you gonna come on, bro? When you gonna be a guest, bro? You gotta come on, man.
Yeah, I have to jump on with you, man. I'll jump on with you soon.
Yeah, man. You gotta hit me up, man.
But it's lovely looking at the, because I sit there and just listen, watch read the comments.
Yeah.
Got a lot of people out there that love you, man, and everybody has valid points to everything that they're saying.
Right.
I really, with Slack TI, with Scott, with me, and then as we all talk about different things, I just really don't like the idea. I like good information, but it's really imperative that we understand the difference between misinformation and disinformation.
He's on fire.
He is on fire! Come on! You see what I'm saying? Because
absolutely.
You can have somebody that might not know what the fuck they talking about, and then you can have somebody that's going through something, and then you guys understand what I mean? It's like you can't say that Stanley Ford didn't hear somebody knocking on my fucking door, and I get up and look to the left, look to the right, go outside, go open the door, there's nobody outside. So then I know, oh, that's that V2K shit. Because I remember like about a year or so ago they did that shit to me. But they did it to me in increments of like 20 minutes. They did it twice. And it was like bang, 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 bang. It was like 100% real. I thought it was the neighbor banging on the wall.
Right, right.
You know, but you know what the thing is that remember, about everybody must remember, this whole fucking thing is about deception.
Yeah, a lot of it, man. It's a psyop,
bro. When I say deception, doesn't mean what they're doing isn't real.
Right. Absolutely.
But I'm saying it's about deception.
It's a psychological operation, man.
You already know.
Straight up.
You know what I'm saying? So like sometimes you gotta kinda take it easy on each other.
Right.
If some of us don't trust some other people, study them. Study them. Let them do what they do, study them.
Right.
And take what you can get from it.
Straight up.
But it would be a shame for any of us TIs to blast somebody that's giving a legitimate story of what they're dealing with in their life.
He's heating up.
He's heating up. And then you blasting them, and then you discredit them. Where the fuck we gonna be at? We just like a hamster on the fucking wheel.
He's on fire. He is on fire.
Online and through books, and we should know, and most of us should have enough understanding to know that whatever the fuck we are learning online and through YouTube and wherever it may be, through these videos and stuff, is old tech. This isn't new shit that was just invented and they put it on YouTube and we're figuring it out. Think about the day before you learned about your targeting, TIs. We didn't know shit.
Yeah. Absolutely.
We didn't know shit. Now, we have studied deep, and we've all spent hundreds of hours, tons of hours of videos, books from other people. Do we really know what they're really doing? Do we really understand if they've been doing this? Fuck the 5G cell towers. What if they've been doing this shit since the 1960s and we were born in this shit?
They have, bro. They have.
You know what I'm saying?
That's what happened to me, man.
The only point I'm trying to get at, because I'm about unity. I'd like to see Slack T. I like to see Scott, giving pounds to
friends,
each other.
right? Everybody's friends with everybody.
Okay, everybody. It's me. Everybody is friends with everybody.
Agree and disagree and get down with their shit.
Definitely.
That's the type of motherfucker I am.
Absolutely.
Let's be team players. Not everybody on the same fucking team gets along. I don't care if football, basketball, whatever the fuck you doing. In the office, you guys in the office working on an account, people got different ideas of how we gonna get there and get that money to make ourselves look better.
Yep.
So let's just go out there and try to help each other out. And it's important for us to study each other. We should be pros. And we actually are. Because after being a TI, you become a pro on human behavior.
Absolutely.
Because you're studying people now. You're looking at people. Is this a TI? Is this a fucking target? Or is this a perp? Or is this motherfucker gangsta? Is he acting? We're studying things. Our awareness, we have hyper awareness now, which is stressful. So we have to learn how to manage that. But anyway, I'm not gonna stay on too long.
Okay.
I just want to tell the whole family, the whole TI family, stay blessed up.
Yes, sir.
Stay strong.
Yes, sir.
And we can't lean on our own misunderstanding. That's one lyric from Bob Marley.
He's on fire.
We can't lean on our own misunderstanding. Things we don't understand. We're trying to figure it out. It's because it's not on YouTube.
Right. Absolutely. Absolutely. What's up, my friend? What's up, my friend?
You looking good, black man? Shit.
Hey, I'm going through it.
You looking good, bro. You keeping your youth. You looking good. You're strong. Your mind is sharp, man. Keep it up, baby.
I appreciate it, bro. I appreciate you, man.
All right,
we gotta get you on here, man.
And you gotta give me a call because I want to give you that info on that stuff so we can get some things going.
That's right, man. I'm sorry about your San Francisco 49ers, man. They had a good run.
Man, you know what?
They had a good run.
I made so much loot all season long.
Oh, man.
And then I put my winnings all on the last game and got my ass
no.
place.
Oh, no, so, man. I'm sorry to hear that.
I went home with a belly full of Jack Daniels.
Oh,
but anyway,
man.
I'd like to meet Scott one day. I don't know where Scott's at, but I jumped on his channel, so I subscribed to Scott's channel.
Okay.
and I'd like to get to talk to him one day.
Yeah.
You can give him my number. I have the same number. I
Yes,
put
sir.
my number out there because I don't even give a fuck. I put my address out there. I don't give a fuck.
Yes, sir. I've been through the crib.
You know
I've been through the crib.
You know.
It's all love.
You know.
Yes, sir.
So, like, man, just make sure you just keep up the good work, man. You're doing a great job.
I'm trying, man. I'm trying, man. Everybody hit that donation link, man. Show some love. Let me know what's going on out here. You're going to see your boy, Truth Serum. That was Truth Serum.
I was something on your channel. I had to dump a little something at your ass. Dump something on Scott, man, in the next couple days.
It was some people in the chat who was asking who you were. And guys, this is Truth Serum, man. This is
I'm Stanley Ford on Facebook. Stanley Ford.
Yes.
And I'm Truth Serum on YouTube. I don't do any recordings or don't have any content on there. But you can still subscribe to it because one day I might just start to jump on there and put some stuff up.
Absolutely.
But I would love you guys to jump on my Facebook page at Stanley Ford, because I love to put up funny shit. I like to put up informative shit, and I just try to keep things a buck. And we just ride through this motherfucker, man. We gotta keep it 100, man. TIs, man, we got a lot of stress on us, so we gotta ride, baby. We can ride. We gotta ride together, man. We know there's a bunch of fake motherfuckers out there.
Yeah.
And me personally, I think it's 80% fake.
80
and 20% real. That's me. That's just my personal.
I think I might. I agree with you.
You know why? You know why? Because it's easy for them to dump people in our groups.
He's heating up, guys.
He's heating up. Hey, bless up.
That's a fact.
And stay up, King. I'm gone.
All right, man. Thank you for calling, man. I'm gonna talk to you soon. I appreciate it. Appreciate you, man. God bless. Oh man, that was amazing, guys.
Yeah, man.
That was the one, the only Truth Serum just called in.
Thanks for the call, man.
Yes, sir.
I'll make sure to subscribe to you too. And I don't know if you saw my comment when he asked me, but I'm in Jersey. Okay. I don't know if you're ever out my way. I don't know what area you are in. If you want to message me or email me your number.
He's in on the West Coast, bro. He's in Long Beach, California.
Oh, no doubt.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just to let you know, I'm actually planning a trip out to Las Vegas in a few weeks. I don't know how far Vegas is from you, but I'll be out there in a few weeks.
Man, I wish I could go out there. Be out of here.
I hear you.
Be out in the sun.
I needed a break. It was my birthday the other week, so I did a trip to Atlantic City. I won some money, and now I'm going to Vegas in a few weeks.
Yeah, that's what's up, man. Big shout out to Truth Serum. You guys seen that, man? Big shout out to Truth Serum, man. I want to give another, that was awesome. Yeah, man. So, guys, it's that simple, man. This is what we do here on the podcast, man. If at any time, you guys want to express your opinion on something that we're talking about, or you just want to give a shout out to somebody, or you just want to say something, or you might want to talk about your channel or whatever, that's what the podcast is for, man. So phone number, strings along the bottom at any time. Strong-minded individual says, are you from California Nexx? No, I wish I was, bro. I wish. No, I'm actually from New York State, shady New York State. And it's heavily targeted out here, man. But I was out there. I took a trip out there. 4th of July. I get out there, right, Scott? I get to California. As soon as not even before I got off the train. Like, I got off the train, and it was a freaking earthquake. Yep.
Wow.
That was on my first time out there, bro. I was like, earthquake, and then all kinds of crazy stuff happened. But I ended up meeting Truth Serum, bro. Like, I went down there.
That's what's up.
And met him. He's a great guy, great dude, man. I have nothing but great things to say. He took me.
That's what's up.
Took me to the taco spot. We went. There's a lot of Mexican food out in California, man. But
oh yeah, no doubt.
Yeah, it was crazy, man. He's a good guy.
He sounds like a good dude. definitely.
Yeah, great guy, man.
I never made it out to Cali myself. The furthest west I've made it out to was Vegas. I've never made it out to Cali yet.
Man, Sheppel says California sucks. Left it in the dust. Man. One thing I gotta say about California, man, it's almost like New York City, bro. Like, as far as how expensive everything is. You know, I went in.
Oh, true.
Went in the store to get an Arizona iced tea. You know those cans of iced tea. It's like 99 cents.
Mm-hmm.
I think the dude charged me like $2, like $2.50. Man, I was freaking heated. I was like, wait a minute, it's 99 cents here. Like, no, it's I was like, all right, man, I ain't gonna argue. You know, I didn't really have that much money, man, and so, you know, that extra dollar made it freaking hurt at that time.
Right.
Yeah. It was crazy, though. Yeah. Are you everybody that's on Facebook, man? Hit up Truth Serum, man. Right now, he's in the comment section, man. He loves to connect with people, man, and you know, you see they attacking the stream, man. They keep messing with your picture, man. They mess with your picture. They mess with the audio. But I'm on it, though. I'm on it.
No doubt.
I'm on it. Yeah, this is the NexxTime podcast, guys. I hope you guys are enjoying this. This is what we do, okay? We have a lot of, you know, live streaming things that we do here on the channel. And it's all for you.
Mm-hmm.
And keep in mind, you know, I know everybody's not going to always agree on things, and everybody's not going to see eye to eye, but, you know, we could agree to disagree respectfully and still keep it pushing and still have respect for each other, you know, without without being ignorant and calling names and, you know, trying to throw people under the bus. And I see it all the time, bro. Like, I see it all the time.
Yeah,
you know
definitely. I mean? Yeah, Kim Bird, let's just agree that all perps are fucking disgusting, pathetic cowards. Yeah, exactly. They're the lowest of the low. Just total loser dirtbags. And, yeah, strong-minded individual. I just mentioned that Cali they tried passing a bill that helps TIs to force the authorities to investigate more. They started that one over a year ago.
Where? In Antarctica?
He said the Bay Area support group started it in Cali, and they tried passing that. I haven't heard anything recently about it, but I remember reading about that right after, like a month or two after I moved out, when I first figured out I was targeted. But yeah, I don't know how far that's going. I haven't heard much news about that yet. But yeah. He has the same going on with me. Call me Slack. Yeah, Slack. I respect your opinion. Like I said, dude, I said my piece. I already said whatever I'm gonna say. That everything I'm telling you, I swear on my life and on the lives and the souls of everyone I know that's passed away. That I know what I'm saying is the exact truth. You can believe what you want to believe. I'm not going to argue with anyone like back and forth.
Shout out to Slack TI, man. Shout out to Slack TI, man. Shout out to Slack TI. One time. That's my guy. That's my guy. You know,
he definitely seems to believe. He has a strong opinion. He's believing what he's saying.
Everybody is, especially in this community, man. People could definitely be strong. Opinionated very strongly, you know, but I want to ask everybody a question, man. Do TI lives matter? Scott Free, do TI lives matter to you, bro?
Absolutely. I mean, I always believe all lives matter except a perp or like a total scumbag. All positive lives matter. That's what I should say.
I'm just wondering, man, guys, do TI lives matter? I want you to take a look at this and just let it breathe. We're going to be right back with some more insight and info on the NexxTime podcast. You see, TI Lives Matter, it's not just a hashtag. It's a movement. We've been suffering through these heinous crimes long enough. It's time for the people to unite.
It's time for us to let the world know that TI lives matter. If you're not afraid, if you put that fear behind you, and you are ready to show the world that TI lives matter, there's a link in the description right now where you can get your tees, you can get long sleeves, hoodies. It's time. Do it right now. It's a link in the description. Click it. You can show the world that TI lives matter.
Yo. Are they?
I hope you guys.
When you say messing with it, what do you mean? Like deleting it or?
Put a lot of hard work into it, man. Don't forget, the link is in the description if you guys want to join the movement and let the world know.
Oh, no doubt.
That TI lives matter. God bless every TI. You're gonna get through this thing one way or another.
All right. What you guys think about that, huh? It was awesome or amazing. Guys, if you've seen anything you like, there is a link in the description for my store, my little t-shirt store. I you know, trying to be creative and, you know, bring awareness the best way I know how. And you know, so if you guys see anything you like, there is a link in the description. TI lives matter. Cause I don't honestly, man, I think I'm the only person that freaking is like standing up at the end of the day screaming that to the top of my lungs, TI lives matter. You know, a lot of people, I don't know, when I come around they say it, but when I'm not around it just disappears, man. I really feel like that, man. Like, you know, these people that's attacking us and doing these attacks and carrying out all of these freaking psyops and getting paid and doing these things to us, they don't give a shit, bro. They don't give a shit.
No, of course not.
And they're like,
of course not.
All lives matter. Well, if all lives matter, then why are you, you know, participating in other people suffering and profiting off of it, you know? I mean,
exactly.
This thing is turning families against each other, man. Like, this thing has infiltrated families, you know? Like,
it's destroying families' lives, destroying people's lives, absolutely.
Yeah, man, and it's sad, bro. Like, it really is, man. It really is. Shout out to Final Fantasy. I see you, bro. Welcome to the podcast. This is the NexxTime podcast. Good to see you, my friend. Let's go. Man, we like 2 hours in, man. How you feeling right now, Scott? We doing this, right?
Yeah.
We doing this.
Yeah. This is awesome. This is the longest I've ever done a podcast for. And with anyone else. Like I've done an interview with Kevin Christian on his YouTube channel.
Okay.
And that was about 45 minutes. And other than that, I did one episode of a podcast myself before I was a TI, just talking about sports, movies, TV.
Mm-hmm.
And that's been it. But this is the longest I've ever been on a podcast, and especially with somebody else. And it's awesome, man. Just getting to know you and speaking to you and you know, getting to know a few of the callers calling in and everything. But it's definitely awesome. Now, you know, it feels like we definitely building something good and positive for not just us, but everyone in, you know, following.
Yeah, that's for the community, man. And Scott, I want to let you know right now, man, you're more than welcome anytime, bro. Like if I can if I'm in a space where I can do this and you want to come on the podcast and you got anything you want to promote or you just want to talk or you just whatever, that like it goes out for anybody that's watching right now, you know, like if you guys want to be a guest, you're more than welcome.
I'm down.
All you have to do is just hit me up, hit up my contact information is in the description, and you can actually see like I really spent time, bro, like putting this together. Like I didn't, you know,
I know you did. Yeah, I can tell.
Yeah, I really put my heart into whatever I'm doing, man. Like if it's something I believe in, I really, you know, and
I can, yeah.
I want you guys to check out Scott's YouTube page, man. He's got an amazing YouTube channel, and he's got some really dope music, man, and he's a freaking lyricist, man, you know, and I know that,
thank you.
I know, you know, when you're dealing with these lyricists, some people get offended when they hear certain words, you know, they don't hear the whole spectrum of what, you know, we're saying as lyricists, you know?
Right.
But it's kind of like, I don't know, like people get judgmental, man, like with you know, with anything, you know, they're like, I mean, like, have you ever experienced any racism in the TI community?
In the TI community, no.
This goes for anybody watching right now, anybody in the chat. You guys have you guys experienced any racism in the TI community? I see it, like I see that, like there's little pockets, like there's pockets where the whites, you know, like the Trump. I don't want to say Trump supporting whites, but you get what I'm trying to say, right? Like the hick hillbilly type.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They stay in their own lane, and it's like, okay, and the blacks and this and Obama is the reason why we're targeted and such, like, you know, like, and they say foolish things and they think and it's like, okay, like,
right.
But I've actually experienced, bro, some racism in the TI community, bro. There was one day, right? There was a conference call that was on, and I got on the conference call, and like there was some dudes in there like Donald Trump's a targeted individual. Donald Trump is gonna our country, this and that, right? And I'm just listening to it. I'm like, what the hell? Donald Trump's a targeted individual. I'm like, what the hell, bro? Are you stupid, bro? I'm like, that kind of enraged me. Like I didn't agree with that at all. I'm like, Donald Trump is not no freaking TI, bro. Like. He might go through some things, but he's definitely not no TI. And then they got mad at me, bro, because it was like a Trump rally, really, like the conference call. I'm like, yo, what is this? Like, is this a Trump rally or is this a? And I was respectful. I wasn't like, you know, I just started spitting facts, and the dude got mad at me. He was like, nigger. It's like, damn nigger. Like, get that nigger off. I was like, whoa. I started laughing. It was funny. Honestly, like,
wow.
I laughed, and he was like, nigger. And then all the rest of them was in the chat, right? And they started typing up nigger, nigger, nigger. I was like, what the, like, box of psyops, bro. Like, you never know what you're gonna get, you know?
When you first asked that, I was thinking, hell no, because I can't remember, but that refreshed my memory. One of the very, very first TIs I spoke to, a guy that actually lives in New Jersey, about an hour away from me. We started talking and stuff. We never met, but he mentioned that he believed his targeting could have started because he actually admitted that back in the day he was a skinhead.
Oh, yo, hold up. Shout out to my boy, man, ND. I see you, bro. ND, New York. Shout out to you, man. Welcome to the podcast. I don't know how long you've been on, but I got to give you a shout out, bro. Let's go. All right, I'm sorry. I apologize for interrupting you, bro. I just had to shout my boy out real quick.
No, of course.
Yeah,
no reason. No worries.
Yeah.
But yeah, that guy was the only guy I've ever encountered. That's the TI. That admittedly said that he used to be a skinhead. Now, when we spoke, he didn't seem if he never told me that, I wouldn't have guessed it. But I ended up finding his channel and YouTube, and I saw like a few photos of him. We never actually linked up and hung out, but he definitely has the look of a former skinhead.
Bro, I don't know if this is the same guy, but I do another live stream, an event, right? It's called We the People, right?
Okay.
I actually like it. I don't honestly. It was like the first live stream where people. It was like an open panel for anybody. Like you just click on it, and then I had people just come on. Jeff O came. I think I met Jeff O on there. Cheryl was on there. We did a lot of nights. You know, We the People during the summertime, right? There was this one episode where this guy came on and he said that, bro. He was like he used to be a skinhead, or he was raised by skinheads or something like that, and now they use that against him and is targeted.
Do you remember his name?
I don't remember his name. Like, if anybody watching right now who was on that We the Peoples that day, Cheryl, Jeff O, one of y'all, do y'all remember that guy's name? I don't remember his name, bro, but
because I know
I think
he had talking about.
He had tattoos. I think he had tattoos.
All right, I'll say his name. Cole.
I don't know. I couldn't tell you what his name was, bro. Like,
he's this guy I'm talking about. We haven't spoke for a while, and at the time, like I remember the first couple times we spoke, he actually asked if you could if I could come pick him up and hang out because he was going through it. He said he was getting hit with weapons nonstop. He said he was arguing with his aunt, who he was living with at the time. I believe his aunt or another relative.
Right.
And I felt bad because I had work. I really couldn't. I didn't have time at the time. And we kind of lost touch after a while. And a couple of months ago, he randomly commented on one of my videos saying that it's that I could be a fake TI. And I commented back, and I'm like, well, why are you saying that? And he never responded, and I never heard back from him again.
Wow.
Yeah.
It be like that, bro. That's what I was saying, man. Like, it really be like that sometimes, man. Like, you know, like.
I know.
And that's the messed up part about it. You know, you just gotta take the moments for a grain of salt and just keep pushing forward, man. Keep moving forward, man.
That's all we can do. Absolutely.
They have used some of these people, man, and really, truly hurt me, bro. Like, I like situations that I'm still hurting about. That I probably will hurt for a long time about. You know what I mean?
I hear you, man. I'm sorry, and like my heart goes out to you and any other TI that's been brought down by any of this.
Yeah.
And it's just it's like, you know, that's when I hear about anyone going through something like that, it really does bother me a lot. And I guess another reason I consider myself lucky is because I haven't been brought down to any place like that. Like, I bugged out the first week that I figured it out, like, because I didn't quite know what was going on. But never have these people brought me down. Like, honestly, I used to be more depressed just from other shit in my life years ago before being a TI. If anything, being a TI now has given me more confidence to go on and fight and not even think about the thought of like suicide or anything depressing like that. So it's definitely, when I hear about how people have become like homeless and like isolated and just the worst of the worst with TI stuff, my heart goes out to each and every one of you.
Absolutely.
And that's why I always tell people in my videos, hit me up, like, please. And if I'm able, unless I'm actually like busy working or doing something and I cannot speak with you, I will stop what I'm doing and I will talk to you, just if you need someone to talk to.
I appreciate that, man. And I'm pretty sure all the real TIs listening, we appreciate that. You guys appreciate that, right? That's awesome, right? That's awesome. I gotta hit the button for that, man. Absolutely, man. Absolutely, man. Like, this thing, it just comes along with so much heartbreak, bro. Like, and so much betrayal and disappointment, and you know, like, it's like nothing shocks you after a while. Like, after you go through this, you know, you're just looking,
right,
you know, with a glimpse of hope. And you know, I pray every day, you know, and I ask God to forgive me, and I ask God to help me forgive. You know what I mean? Some days I'm okay and I'm like, yeah, I forgive that. And then the next other days, it's like, you know, it's another it's like a wound reopening all over again. Like when you think about it, you know.
Right.
And it's just it's so much, bro. Like it really is. Shout out to Therian L Knight. He says the perps will always try to separate you from friends, then play the victim when you call them out. That's a fact, bro. And you know what, Therian? Like they don't, like you don't even have to call them out. They'll just, you know, they just like to reverse the roles and reverse the situation and gaslight you until you got a full tank. Till you're running on a full tank, they gaslight the shit out of you. And it's like, you know, and then start running smear campaigns and telling them, talking crazy shit about you, telling the next person, and then the next person who don't even know you, going around spreading what they heard to other people, like they know you, like it happened. Like it's just, that's how you know, like these freaking perps, they work together, bro. Like they do. They definitely do, man. Jennifer Burns says it damages all your relationships. That's a fact. That's a whole fact, man.
It can. It definitely can. If you let it. Sometimes you can't help. It just happens. Somebody asked me, Isaiah Clark, how do you shield yourself from harm's way, Scott? Now I'm not sure exactly what you're saying. If you mean like, because I don't get hit with any directed energy weapons at all. If that's what you mean by shielding yourself. But when it comes to harm's way, I like I said, I know my gang stalkers are total low-life loser cowards, and they wouldn't dare do anything. Like now, I admit this could have been a stupid move on my part, but I went back to the house. At first, the one thing they loved to, when I first figured it out, they loved to just say scared. They kept on saying it all day at first. They calling me scared, thinking I'm scared of them. I've went back to that house before by myself, ready to confront two families, and these two dudes are both bigger than me too, but they're by myself multiple times to fight. They never wanted no smoke with me. They never even they sent out their Martin sent out his baby mama to call the cops on me. So that's how scared I am of these people. So when it comes to like worrying about anything, I live my life the way I live, and besides, as we've talked about before, like, you know, not as far as a love life and being able to have a relationship like that, they being so disgusted, I haven't had like thoughts of a relationship in a while or dating in a while. That's besides that, they don't affect my life at all. You know, they'll say the same shit to me every day. I know what to say to them to piss them off more, and there's nothing that they are going to do, and there's nothing that they are able to do to harm me in any way possible. So like I said, other TIs call me lucky sometimes, and maybe, you know, I guess that's the case, because my stalkers would not bust a grape in a fruit fight. They're harmless.
Wow.
So yeah,
wow.
That's just my situation. And anyone else, you know, as far as advice, like there's ways to shield yourself. Like there's websites like lesscmf.com to maybe like to protect yourself from the weapons. You know, you could use different like I've heard magnets, Faraday cages. There's clothing nowadays that have stuff for shielding. Other than that, I'm not sure if that's what you meant by harm's way, but you know, you got to just be able to live your life and not let these people get to you and bring you down to their level. Like in my opinion, that's the worst way they can harm you, is if you let them get to you and they isolate you and they bring you down and they make you just not want to enjoy life and possibly even kill yourself. That's the biggest way that they can harm you, in my opinion. But you know, you just have to you never forget, these people are the most vile, lowest of the low, bottom feeding, total scumbags.
Well, you know what, man? You know what? I want to say something, man. Like, I agree with you, bro. I do. But I just want to be clear on something, man. Like, because I've been fooled by a lot of these people. They come with this right here. Let me show y'all. They come with this. They come with this. Can y'all see this? and then they start spitting scriptures around and the holy and the name of Jesus and such, and you know, and they be freaking lurking, man. They be freaking wolves in sheep's clothing, man. You know, that's a real, it's a tactic they use when they use this, man. They come with this, and so, you know, the people who are believers and who really, you know, study that Bible and really is in the scriptures and stuff, like, they say, oh, well, this guy's reading scriptures. There's no way he could be a perp or such and such. You know what I mean? And I know that that's something that they use, man. And that, like, that's, to me, like, that's some of the lowest tactic that you can use, the scriptures, the Bible, to lure people in, to get them to trust you. And then they have hidden agendas, not to pray for you, not to help you, you know, get closer to God and seek God, but to freaking attack you and to set you up.
Yeah.
To leave you hurt. To run smear campaigns on you. They use that Bible, man. So we can't be we can't be like, you can't let that fool you a lot of times. Like, you know, and a lot of people say, yeah, you have to use discernment. Use your discernment. And I thought I was using my discernment with a lot of people. I got tricked, bro, like over and over and over again. You know what I mean? So I just want everybody to just be, you know, on point about that, man, because they definitely do use that.
Yeah.
Tactic.
And sorry to interrupt.
It's cool. Go for it.
Isaiah said they all have weapons. They're called, I know, directed energy weapons. It's a must. You get hit. There's no getting around it. I'm telling you right now, I don't get hit with any weapons. I don't have any physical pain.
You blessed.
No marks on my body. And talking to Kevin Christian, I asked him when I did my interview, I asked him, why is that? And he said, either one, they have it and they choose not to do it, which is I know it's not, because I've made them so mad that they would have done it if they could have. And two, whoever gave them access to the website could adjust their settings. So if I am a gang stalker and I'm like, hey man, hey Nexx, you want to join in? Here's access to the website, but I'm gonna limit you. I'm only gonna allow you to have V2K and that's it. Or I'm gonna allow you to have directed energy weapons and V2, or I'll allow you to have everything. But that's what Kevin told me. So that's all I can say about that.
Bro, you are blessed. That's all I gotta say, man. You are blessed, because they done been radiating me and zapping me and all different, in more ways than one, even in my freaking sleep, man. Yo,
I hear that.
Big shout out to Kim Morrell, man. Welcome to the podcast. This is NexxTime, man. We're in about the third quarter.
And yeah, I see Fox. Do you follow Brian too? And I totally agree. He suffers so much. Like, so many of his videos, he's suffering in pain and he's hurting. I feel so bad for that dude. Like, wherever he goes, he's followed, but he's hit in the heart. Like, he goes through so much pain. Like, I really do feel like so much sympathy for that guy.
I get that too, bro. Like, I get that too, and a little more. I think. I believe I get more. I just don't make video. Like, when that's happening, like, I don't make videos. Like, I'm not gonna hold the phone while I'm like, feel like I'm about to die. You know what I mean?
I hear you. Yeah, everyone's different. Yeah.
I don't make videos when I'm freaking hurting and like going through things like that. I don't know, man. I kind of feel like, you know, people be reaching sometimes, you know, like they be like going above and beyond to, you know, prove that they like really a TI. You know what I mean? Like doing the most. Like,
right.
I see that on YouTube a lot, man. But I don't want to take no shots at nobody or nothing. But I definitely do be seeing, I definitely do be seeing that, bro. Like,
some people do it just for the purpose of documentation. You know, like I tell everyone, like, that's something that I've learned from a lot of people. At first, document everything you can, any form of harassment, no matter big or small. And some people use that as a form of just evidence. You know, to pile up, like someone will tweet about it or make a video about it, and it helps, to document everything you can.
Yeah, and then some people be faking, man, and they just faking real TIs in so they can freaking set them up and you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Get paid. But yo, man, I wanted to ask you about your sleeping, man. Like, how do you sleep, man? Do you get good sleep at night? And
I sleep fine.
Do you ever?
Yeah, I don't get bothered at all. Like
Wow.
when I say literally, all I deal with is V2K and remote neural monitoring, hearing them comment on my thoughts, and V2K. The only other thing, and they'll have noises. They'll put noises in the wall. If I walk into a room, they think that's going to scare me. Other than that, I don't have anything else I deal with. The only one other thing is that I have is when I'm driving my car. I have a 2019 Toyota Corolla. I can put it in cruise control. And when I'm on the highway, they'll take control of the wheel and they'll cut my wheel, try to make me crash.
Wow! Shout out to Charles Hall, bro. Charles, I see you, man. Welcome to the NexxTime, man. We in the third. We approaching the fourth quarter right now, but it's good to see you, man. Welcome to the podcast. Moderator alert. Moderator alert. Shout out to Charles Hall again. Bro, you there? I don't know what happened to your camera.
I'm here. My bad.
Yeah.
I got some people texting me right now. Sorry.
Oh, okay. It's all good. It's all good. It's all good. Yeah, big shout to Charles Hall, man. That's my guy. I remember when I first, found out about the program, and Charles Hall was one of the channels that I watched early on. This was like back in 2017, man, and just always was real humble and, helped me out in those times when I was freaking out. Like, I still get, like sometimes depending on what's happening and who's around me or whatever, like, but his channel helped me out, man. Like, he has a lot of good information on his channel, man, and we got to get you on the podcast, bro, for real. You got to hit me up sometime, man. Let's see here. Shout out to Therian, man. What's Therian saying? She's saying, Floyd, she's siding with a sick, perverted perp. We'll fill you in later. Oh, something going on in the chat, man. Something's going on in the chat. Yeah. It's always something going on, man. Like, it's always something going on, bro. Like,
never a dull moment.
Yeah. And if you guys are watching right now, whether you live or on the playback, and you want to be a part of the, of the podcast, you want to be on as a guest, like my boy Scott Free here, just hit me up, man. Hit my contact info. I got my contact information is in the description at all times. And just as simple as a hop, skip, and a jump, we can get it set up and we can go live and make it happen, man. And if you like what we do here on the channel and you appreciate what we do, you want to support the movement, man, there's some links in the description, man. Donate to the channel. Donations go a long way. We definitely appreciate it. Definitely appreciate it. And if you can't do that, just hit that thumbs up for every TI. Hit that thumbs up. Yeah. Man, we are going strong in the fourth quarter right now. Scott, what's going on in the chat, man?
I'm seeing more about, saying there's no website, this is that. I was about to answer that. Okay, if you don't believe it's a website and you believe that gang stalkers have some crazy gadget, headset, whatever form of technology, how do you explain when I hear my neighbors on the second floor, Martin, the original stalker, Martin and his family, and then I hear Phil on the first floor, I hear them teaching him what they're doing right before I moved out of that apartment. How do I explain hearing them talk about it, Martin showing him what to do, how it works, and the very next day, Phil and his family, his kids and his wife, are all on my V2K. Did they somehow order call gang stalking 1-800 gang stalking equipment and order all this gadgets and start joining in on my V2K? How do you explain that? It's a simple website. If it was crazy gadgets, there wouldn't be new TIs every day. If it was crazy equipment, it would not be that many of us every single day. I have new people hitting me up every day, and I've only been speaking out for about a year now. Like, you know, so it's you can say whatever you want, Slack. I wish I knew what this website was. If I knew, I would expose this for all of us.
I think
if anybody knew, you know what I mean? Like, he's saying I'm being tricked. He doesn't want to believe me.
I think they do. I think they do have because this has happened to me many times. Like they have something called I think what is it, like a what is it, man? Like a EMF live stream or something, or V2K, where they can all V2K you and like stream that shit, and all of them are freaking going in on you. Like, that shit happened to me many times. Like, even before I knew what this was, like back in 2011, that shit happened to me. And just recently it's happened to me, where, you know, people that I know, people I met and I thought I was cool with and shit, like, they was so supposedly TIs was freaking doing that shit to me, man. You know? And it was a lot of them.
Yeah.
And it rolled on for a long time. It was a freaking setup what they did to me, man. Like, I believe that they definitely do have. I've heard other people talk about it too, and then describe it in the same sequence that happened to me. How they set me up and how the attack went on me. Like, they describe it the same way. Like, I think it's something like EMF. Broadcast or something. I don't know. Like, I've heard Kevin Christian talk about it.
Kevin says that. Right. EMF broadcast.
But I've heard other people talk about it too, though. Right.
And it's just like this guy's acting as if like he knows it's his way or the highway. And I'm not saying he's wrong, but everyone has a unique situation, and it's just, to me, it's a little ignorant saying, like, acting like he knows, like, this is his opinion is the end all be all of gang stalking. And all I can say is that, like, if I didn't know for a fact that my neighbors taught the neighbors on the first floor how to do it, and then the very next day I hear them, like, that tells me right there there's no gadgets, they're not sharing no crazy equipment, they didn't order no equipment next day shipping to the, like, you know what I mean? Like, hey, you can believe what you want to believe, man. All I know is what I know, and it is without a doubt them gang stalking me. No one else. Not all of us are special to be on some FBI crazy government watch list. We're like, a lot of us are normal people who just ran across the wrong scumbag who has access to this technology, and that's it. Like, you know, that's all it is. I've never had trouble with any of this being stalked before I met these people and moved into this apartment, and I know for a fact it is them.
Scott,
it's them.
Scott, I got a question.
They showed up at my
I got a question. After you finish, you said they showed up at your house?
They showed, I mentioned this before in the comments. They showed up at my house and my old job. How would they know where to do it? These my neighbors, no other gang stalkers, no other psyops. My actual neighbors, who I know for a fact are stalking me, have shown up at my house and my old job without knowing where those two locations were. If you want to say, okay, maybe they Googled my dad's name and took a wild guess that I was here, okay, that's a pretty accurate guess that you figured it out within a week after me moving out. But how about my job? I worked part-time at a pizza place. How is that? Like, I worked under the table for cash. How are you going to know where I worked? How are you going to know to wait until I fell asleep to come to my house to vandalize my car? I have criminal charges against these guys pending. And I have stalking charges and harassment, terroristic threats, as well as the vandalism from when Martin got caught vandalizing my car because he waited until I fell asleep and came here to do it. I went to court last week. He didn't show up. He's got a warrant now. I'm beating them at their own game. They're failing as gang stalkers. I have all this evidence. I have voicemails threatening. Like, I have emails from them. I have enough evidence. I went before the judge, and he listened to my case, and he's like, yeah, because a stalking charge is the most serious charge in the form of harassment. as well as terroristic threats. So I had to go before the judge in Bloomfield to tell him my story, and he listened and he granted me PC. He's like, yeah. He's like, okay, you got more than enough evidence. Here's the court date. So I'm awaiting. It went up to Superior Court, then it got downgraded back to municipal, and I'm awaiting the court date, and that's it. But there was a separate court date just for the vandalism charge that Martin didn't show up for last week. So now he's got a warrant out for his arrest. So I'm beating them at their own game. And if you can keep saying you probably made videos. I never made a video saying, "Hey everyone, I'm working at a pizza place." No, you're wrong. Like now, this guy's telling me stuff that I've done. Like you know, like no, I've never made a video saying, "Hey guys, I'm at work right now. Come visit me at this pizza place." No, I never made a video saying, "Hey guys, this is my address." Blah 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 blah. You know, zip code and everything. No, why would I do that? Why would anyone, not even a TI, why would anyone do that really? Unless like it's your business and you're promoting your own business, like, you know, or if you just don't care. But no, I never did anything like that. So he can believe whatever he wants to believe. There's no convincing someone that knows what they know. But there's also no changing my mind either when I know that I'm 100% right.
Yeah. I got a question, man. I got a question for you, Scott. I got a question for everybody watching us live. Shout out to every TI worldwide. But do you think that this thing is going to eventually, you know, come to an end?
I have to believe that. I have to believe that.
Do you think? Well, no. It's one thing to think, and another thing to believe.
I do.
So okay. So do you think that
when it comes to
do you think that I don't mean to cut you off, but I just want to ask this real quick. I really want to get your dialogue on this.
Yeah.
Do you think that the people who are setting us up, who are behind the scenes, programming these supercomputers, hitting us with V2K, setting us up, breaking our hearts, doing the psyops, do you think these people are going to be held accountable for their actions in destroying the lives and livelihoods of others for profitable gain?
Once this gets exposed, I do believe that if you you know, the reason, like I said before, why people document everything, and if you have solid evidence against if you know who your stalkers are, you have a better shot at them being punished when this is all said and done, when this is fully exposed. I'm not sure if, like, let's say you don't know who your stalkers are. I have no idea if there's a system that you log into and it knows your identity if you're a gang stalker. I have no idea if that's going to happen. But I do believe that if you have solid evidence and you know who your gang stalkers are, they have to have some way to trace IP addresses and certain things that leave some type of mark, you know, some type of footprint, some type of digital footprint out there. I do believe that, and I have to believe that just to keep myself motivated to keep on going and fighting for, you know, all of our freedom and human rights. Anything to do, like looking back on history, when it comes to anything that involves human rights, no matter how long or short it took, in the end, evil doesn't win. It may win short term, but in the end, human rights prevails. Look at slavery. Look at segregation. The Holocaust. The most terrible things that humans have done and people have went through. It may take time. It may take speaking out. It may take a lot of things to happen. But in the end, I do believe that human rights will prevail.
That's what's up, man. Do you think that these people care? Like
what do you, people? Which people?
Like the people that's actually out here, like doing this. Like the people that's on YouTube that's acting like they're going through this. Like the handlers that's telling them what to do. Like the people who are, you know, you think they really care?
When you say care, do you mean care about what?
The livelihoods of the people that they're ruining and sabotaging.
Oh, no. Now the thing is, I've heard the theory that sometimes a gang stalker could be forced into this, kind of like, you know how like people snitch, like you get caught in a big drug bust and you snitch on like your connect or something. I've heard that theory that some people were forced into this, but bottom line, you made a choice. I don't care who you are. You still made a choice. You can argue, oh, this is my life. I'm looking at 10, 5, like 15, 20 years in jail. But you still made a choice. So at the end of the day, you can, if you want to make yourself feel better and say, yeah, like what I'm doing is a little fucked up. But regardless, I think to be a gang stalker, to be the lowest form of scum, you really cannot have a conscience. To be a true sociopath, that everything a gang stalker is, you can't feel bad. You can't feel bad for anyone. You have to do what you have to do in your mind, and not only do you not feel bad, you get off on it, and you have fun with it.
I was just about to say, because the people who did that shit to me, who
right.
still continue to do it, like they get off on the shit, like they express that to me. Some of them look me in my freaking eyes, like look me right in the freaking eyes, you know, while shit was happening, while things was moving, and didn't give a shit. And like weeks prior to that, they're like, "Oh, I love you. Like you're so great. You're the best. You're the You know what I mean? Like
yes.
they build it up
yes.
to that point to where it's gonna knock you off your freaking. You know what I mean? Knock you off your feet. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and that's just a form. That's just them messing with us. Because I heard other TIs say all the time that sometimes their gang stalkers will be like, "Oh, well," like you hear a gang stalker and his crew, like 2 or 3 or more, sometimes play good cop, bad cop. Sometimes they'll say, "Oh, we shouldn't do this," or "No, don't worry." This like I've heard so many stories of that type of thing happening as well. But in the end, they're all just messing with you. They're having fun doing this.
You know what, though, man? I'm going to say something, and I don't want to offend nobody or I don't want to shock the world or nothing. But I respect the chief handlers. And I'm going to tell you why. Because they just come straight out and just... They let you know, like, his name's Chief Handler. Like, I saw... shout out to Honey Ann. Honey Ann did a live stream last night. And I was actually asleep, but I hate that I missed it. But she had people on her live stream with it was like Handler, Laura, or like I respect them for just being straight up with it. You know what I mean? And letting you know where they stand. Like, okay, I'm on this side of the fence. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
I'm on this side
I
of
agree.
You know what I mean?
I always say I respect anyone that's being honest over like that. Yeah, I respect a stone cold killer that would tell you to your face, "I will murder you and your whole family," over a corrupt cop, judge, politician who will smile and then lie and do like things behind the scenes that are fucked up. I will at least respect your honesty. Yes, I can agree with you on that.
I don't agree with what he does. I don't agree with what he stands for, but I respect.
Of course,
I respect him being upfront about what side he's on. You know what I mean? Because
if my gang stalkers, it's the ones that like straight up just said it.
It's the ones that come through, Scott, and dealing with this community, bro. You're gonna look back on this podcast after you go through some things, because you're gonna meet some people and you're gonna be like, man, like this person is dope, or like this girl is beautiful, or you're gonna meet some people, they're gonna see you, they're gonna be like, oh, Scott, this and that, and then things is gonna play out and manifest, bro, and you're gonna remember this moment, bro. Like, it's those people who really set the freaking hurt you, like that come in with a smile, that you know that will be your friend for however said months, however long it is in a freaking script, because it's a freaking script or something that they go by. You know what I mean? Like each day is planned and strategized out to do psychological damage, bro, to your mind, your heart, your soul. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, man.
Those
Absolutely.
are the ones that just like, oh, like, you know, like, yo, like, and then they be, you know, on here, I'm like, I care about the TI community. I care about everyone going through this. And I care. Like, no, you don't. Like, no, you don't. Like, you an agent. Like, you don't know, you don't. You don't care.
Yep.
You don't give a shit. That's why I asked, like, do you think they care? Shout out to Charles Hall. He said, no, they don't care. And it's a lot of them that don't. But, you know, at the same time, like, I just want to be clear. Like, I don't agree with the chief handler. Like, that's not my boy. Like, I don't rock with him. But I respect that, you know, he makes it very clear. And I think that's a part of the PSYOP too, Scott. What do you think? To have those chief handlers where we're focused on them. Like, we are like, oh, did you see what chief handler did and such? And then the freaking snake in the grass can slither up and pretend like they your friend, and then you bond with them, and then boom, another PSYOP is born.
Yeah.
Oh, shout out to Brian too. Shout out to Brian too. Let's go, Brian too. He's on the door. Let's go.
There you go. Yeah. But yeah, what's up, Brian?
Yeah.
I watch
Brian
your videos
too.
all the time, man. Now, little Allison just said, when you say, I was just going to ask you this. When you say chief handler, are you using that name as a handler, or are you actually using that name as someone specifically? Because I have a guy named Chief Handler that comments on my videos.
That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about, bro.
Okay. So you are talking about him.
That's what I'm talking about.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Allison, he's a troll. He leaves. He watches TI videos and he leaves dumb comments like, "Oh, another schizophrenic. Oh, stupid people like telling bullshit." Like he'll leave comments like that.
I think.
And
he's like, "You're crazy. Like, this isn't.
Yeah.
You're nuts. You need to go
I hope you have a good doctor for your schizophrenia." Like, he leaves comments like that. Yeah.
And then people will be like really triggered by that though. First, they see the handler. Right, handler, and once they see that as a name for somebody's YouTube account, that's a trigger, and then it's a freaking PSYOP, you know.
Right, exactly.
Yeah, man.
Just someone to mess with us, and that's all. Yeah, because I've had other trolls and like PSYOPs message me on Instagram pretending to be a TI, asking me questions, but I'm good at feeling people out. After a few minutes, I realized he was bullshitting, and then I look at their posts on their accounts, and they will say the craziest stuff and they'll use the words that we use, but they'll try to overdo it to make us sound like ridiculous. Like, they don't make any sense with it, you know?
Yeah.
They'll say, "Oh, this is a spiritual war between the reptilians and the aliens, and we must come together, united, targeted individuals, as this cult grows bigger against the handlers and the gang stalkers, but watch out for the reptilians because they were gifts from God." And you know, and they'll make their captions to their posts like the most ridiculous things to make us look like we're crazy.
Yeah, straight up, they do, and they get paid. They get paid for that shit, bro. Like, they do. That's a side income that they make. It's a side hustle, you know. But Brian too, man. Like, if you on right now and you're watching this. My contact info is in the description, bro. Shoot me an email or something, man. All right, shoot me an email. Let's get the podcast going or something, man. I've been wanting to talk to Brian too for a long time.
Thank you, Floyd. Scott is awesome. Yeah, man. I guess like I said, I haven't been a TI for long, but I can't even tell you how many people message me on every social media, Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, and they tell me, "Scott, you're the first person that I'm talking to about this. You're the first person that I'm speaking out and telling anything to." Like, people just, I've always been like that my whole entire life. People have been like able to approach me, and they just know that like I'm somebody they can trust. I've had people say like I have a very positive aura, and the way I am, I'm easy to get along with, and if I don't like you, like, you have to be a total scumbag, because I will let a lot of things slide, but I won't get disrespected, and I'm just a normal, humble, laid back guy for the most part. But if you push me to do something, then rest assured you fucked up and you did some wild violating type shit for me to actually get mad and want to like physically hurt you or do something.
Yo, shout out to Sojourner Truth, and Generation. Welcome to the podcast, guys. Next time. Yeah.
I'm just gonna ask Brian, if you you hear me right now, what's your opinion on the website thing? Because I believe, Kevin Christian, that if you have access to remote neural monitoring, it's a simple website, and you also use that with apps to share links to let other stalkers join in on stalking someone. I believe that at this point, it's just a website. There's no crazy, huge supercomputer gadget device that gang stalkers get delivered to their house to be able to see our thoughts and all that. I believe at this point, it's a simple website that you go on, and if you have access to it, then you can be a gang stalker. So I want to see what Brian says about that.
Okay, guys, this is NexxTime. This is the podcast. We are in the fourth quarter, okay? We're running fourth quarter right now, man. Me and Scott Free been holding this thing down on the, relaunch of NexxTime. That this is what we do on the podcast here. It's an interactive podcast for the TI community. You like what we're doing, smash those thumbs up. Smash that thumbs up on the video, not for me, but for every real TI that's going through it. If you really like what we're doing, want to support the cause, throw us a donation, man. Some links in the description, man. They definitely go a long way, and we definitely appreciate any love and support. We appreciate it. Big shout out to Ferrari Floyd. Says good night, family. Yeah, man, we round in the fourth quarter of this thing, man. We had a lot of interesting things to talk about, a lot of interesting things going on. Brian 2 says, training, research, and development in artificial superintelligence technologies. They must use real people, innocent men, women, and children, so the training, research, and development will not stop. Wow. Shout out to Jubilina Redeem, too. She just posted a video. Yeah, this is not the sit down, though. What up,
Sojourner Truth? What's going on?
Sojourner Truth. Yeah, we got a lot of truths in here, right? The Truth Report, Truth Serum, Sojourner Truth. A lot of truth going on, man. Man, oh man. You say you sleep good at night? You don't get the dreams or nothing, bro? Like, they don't attack you in your dreams?
Nothing at all besides V2K, RNM, and them sometimes noises in the wall, or cutting my wheel when I'm driving on the highway in cruise control. That's all they do. That's all I deal with. Nothing else whatsoever. I can sleep fine. They don't in my dreams or nothing. I don't have any forced images or forced dreams. Nothing like that.
Wow. What about the gang stalking? You don't get the gang stalking when you go?
Nothing. No, when I go out, no one messes with me. No one. And that's another thing that I know. It's just my neighbors sitting at home on their lazy, worthless asses all day. And that's it.
Wow. Brian 2 says, it will get worse. Remember these 4 words: continued refinement in existing technologies. That's what's happening and why so many people are being tortured and murdered. Wow. It's crazy, man. Brian 2, remember these 2 words next time. Okay? Email me. 3 words, all right? Hit me up, man. Kim Burr says, you are lucky. That's what I say. You are blessed, man. Charles Hall, man. Hit me up, too, man. We got to get this podcast going, man. Hit me up, man. Matter of fact, anybody watching this right now, you going through this, man? You really, T.I., really going through it? You got something to say? Hit me up, man. We can get it next time going. Get the podcast going.
Yeah.
All day. Strong-minded individual. Get the podcast
Who answered
going.
Me? That's who I was trying to say thanks to. Was it Scott? Yeah, I think I answered you about like the jokes about like how the fake psyops say something online. I'm not sure if you meant that or something else. And what is it? It says, yo, Scott, thanks for answering me. I got confused. No problem. Oh, Scott, he doesn't answer questions. So I mean, are you talking about Brian not answering questions? And besides that, Scott, how do they do the noises in the wall? Mine sound like a rat. Exactly, like they sound like mice or like rodents running up and down the wall. When I lived at the same house as my stalkers, they would do any room I walked into. It sounded like mice or squirrels or raccoons running up and down the wall.
Yeah.
But that was the only time it sounded like that. Once I moved back here, and any other place I go, I don't hear that noise. I hear like a knock, just like a simple knock on the wall. That's all I'll hear.
Shout out to Ty McCullough. I see you, Ty. He says, "Hey, friends and foes, welcome to the podcast, man. We in the fourth quarter, man. We in the fourth quarter, man. We're gonna hit the restart though. Let's go." Yeah. Yeah, man. If you guys are just noticing, man, this is the 24th installment of NexxTime, Scott.
Oh wow.
Yeah, it's the 24th installment, man, and I didn't do it. I haven't done it in a long time, bro. Like I just kind of put it on ice, man, because I was just going through the most, bro. Like I'm still going through it, bro. I'm going through things every day, bro. Like I don't. You know what I mean? Like every day is a freaking battle. Like I don't know if I'm gonna make it through to the next day.
I hear you.
You know, I wish I could say I don't get those things and I could go to sleep and I'm taking a trip out to LA and stop by Vegas and hit it up, drive through the hood.
Yeah.
Nah, man, I'm freaking. That's not.
I
the
hear
case.
you,
That's
man.
not the
I'm
case,
sorry.
bro. Yeah, man. Shit is hard. Bro. Shit been going hard.
I definitely hope that that we can do this again, though. Like if you wanted to make this a thing, like once a week or once a month or whatever, I'm down to do this with you. You know, I know other people. Unless you wanted to, do just random podcasts with new people every time. I don't know if that's your thing, but if you want, I'm down to do this with you anytime.
That's what's up, bro. Yo, you got my contact info, bro. Like, if ever you wanna. That goes for anybody, man. If you want to get on the next time, hit me up, man. And it's as simple as how it was today. I hit you up like, yo, you want to do a podcast? You're like, yeah, let's do it. And I'm like, all right, I'm gonna put. I had a vision. I'm like, I'm gonna put it together. But when you watch the playback, bro, and you see how everything was, you're gonna be like, yo, it was kind of lit.
Yeah,
it was kind of lit. It was kind of lit. Bro, I got a question, man. Do you think that Scientology has anything to do with the organized stalking program? Do you think they mirror tactics that they use, or do you think they're directly involved, or what do you think about that?
I'm not sure. Scientology, I think tactic-wise, yeah. As far as like using basic ideas and theories like to mess with us, but I'm really not positive what to think exactly, like as like more in depth when it comes to that. Okay. Yeah, like I'm really not sure what exactly to say to that, but I could see Scientology being used for good and bad. I could see people studying it on our side, and then I could see stalkers studying it on their side to try to use it to their advantage to mess with us as well.
Yeah. Absolutely, man. You know what's really ill, bro? Like we did this whole podcast, man. How long we been in for? A few hours.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're in the fourth quarter right now. We're in the fourth quarter.
It's after 1 right now. I actually have to get going in a few minutes.
And we made it through this whole podcast without mentioning the coronavirus.
Yeah, right.
Isn't that ill, man? Like they got all this corona. Everybody's going crazy. Oh, corona. I got one question I'm gonna ask you about that, and then we're gonna end it off. Do you think that the coronavirus is real? Do you think it might be? Do you think it might be nanotechnology in everybody's body, and the frequencies coming off of 5G is triggering the nanotech to cause these corona-like symptoms?
Wow. I did not think of that whatsoever. But now that you just said that, I could see that, yeah. Because what we talked about before, was, like, I do believe that it is a real thing. Because we've seen people that have died. There has been reports of people dying from it, and I've talked to people in Italy that's supposedly like one of the worst areas in the world where it's at right now, to the point where they quarantined everybody. They don't even want you leaving the house if you're in Italy. But yeah, man, what you just said makes a lot of sense. Because I also believe what I said before about how it's a real thing. People have died, which makes it a serious thing. But it could also be something else going on that they're trying to cover up for too. It could be something else going on in the world that they're using this to make the hugest deal over. Because when I see something like wash your hands, like, come on, like that, like, no, you shouldn't have to tell people that. Wash your hands when you're leaving the bathroom. Wash it, like, like that's like, come on now, like you're taught that as a kid.
Yeah.
So that's what makes me think that it's a real thing, but it could be being blown out of proportion to cover something else up that's going on right now, like missing children. I saw one of my friends post that earlier. But what you just said about the 5G, that just made me think like that could be very true. I never even thought of that, but that makes sense to me too. That the 5G thing could have something to do with it.
Yeah, man. I just thought it was a little, just a little weird how after they publicly rolled out this 5G, like it's public now. We've had 5G for years. It's been around.
Right.
I had it in 2016, bro. Like, but now that it's public, now here they come. Timing. Like right after they rolled it in, now it's now they have the corona, like this corona scare, and it's affecting the stocks, and people are this and that, and it's like I don't know, man. Just made me.
It makes everything you just said makes perfect sense. The 5G thing has been around. Yeah. I've been hearing it more and more in the last year or two. Yeah. And now that they're finally at this, it seems like they're at the stage when, boom, it's about to be everywhere. All of a sudden, boom, coronavirus. So everything you just said makes total sense, dude. I don't know what to think, but I would not be surprised if that was the case.
They've been talking about this nanotech for a long time, how it's in everything. Like, just like, why would they be putting that stuff in our food, in our water, in the air, in the clouds, in the animals, in the grass, in the crops, in the plants? It's almost like they trying to turn the freaking world into a living matrix, bro. Like, if we got nanotech, if it's in nanotech and everything, then freaking shit, they can control everything without us even knowing, without us even realizing it. Like, I'm just realizing my whole damn life has been controlled, all of it, for me to freaking suffer, and but that's a whole nother topic, man. And we just we're gonna end things off, guys. It's time to Cheryl Lewis said cornholio virus.
Beavis and Butthead.
Oh man. Yeah, we're going.
If that was still on the air right now, I could see Mike Judge doing an episode like that, or like South Park or something,
Yeah, man, absolutely. Yeah. Ty McCullough said, "Isn't that a fucked up place to be next?" I'm right here with you, bro. Yeah, absolutely, bro. Like when you realize your whole life has been a freaking psyop, fucking setup, like, oh man, like I don't even like. You don't even know like what's gonna happen the next day. Like you don't know. Like, But obviously,
I can only imagine, man. Because I've talked to lots of TIs that believe that they've been targeted their whole lives, and they have theory and they have proof of things that happened to them from a kid. So and that's another reason why I believe and I know what I know. Why I know it's just my neighbors, because I've had no types of anything weird happening to me like that ever until I moved into that apartment.
Right.
So. Right. Everyone's different, but yeah, I definitely feel for all you guys that have been going through it longer than I have, and that have been going through actual physical pain. I definitely feel for all you guys, but you know, like I said, we're stronger united together than we are isolated or arguing, fighting with each other. So we have to do what we could to stick together, and you know, and like making the doing like the calls to the government, calls like going to protests, going to rallies, no matter how small or big it is, anything you can do. I'm always going to encourage everyone to keep fighting, because you know, a closed mouth doesn't get fed. You know, if there was no Martin Luther King, you know, segregation could have been around a lot longer than it was. Like you know, no one's gonna help you unless you help yourself.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely, man. Well, you know what, man? That was amazing, bro. I want to thank SKYPE for coming on today, man, and just taking a chance, because you didn't have to do it, bro. Like, you know, you didn't have to.
I wanted to.
Man.
I wanted to.
I appreciate you, man, for, you know, coming on and you know, speaking your story and sharing your gift with us. And man, you guys missed it, man. He's got some really dope music, man. And for all the people who came in later, man, check out he's on YouTube. He's got a YouTube channel.
Yep. Spotify, SoundCloud.
Right. Let the people know, bro. Let the people know.
All the links, all the links are right there. All my music is on my SoundCloud and Spotify, plus every other platform, iTunes, Apple, Google, everything. My YouTube link, Nexx has all my info down there. And just to remind you, the only thing I forgot to tell you, on Twitter and Instagram, there's an underscore between Scott and Free.
I'll fix it. So I'll fix it.
Yeah,
I
appreciate it.
Yeah, I'll fix it after this. Yeah.
But yeah, man, thank you for having me on there, and for, you know, just doing this and getting, you know, more of my channel recognized and my music and playing my music for people. And thank you everyone who has been watching and talking, and I hope I hope we do this again real soon.
Absolutely, man. Anybody you want to give a shout out to, man, before we get up out of here?
Yeah, I mean, shout out to
like
Kevin Christian.
Yeah, like your favorite YouTube channels and people like.
Yeah, Kevin Christian, definitely, since he was one of the guys I've learned the most. He interviewed me as well on his channel. Shout out to Brian, too, for making a little appearance on here, and I know he goes through it a lot, so, you know, stay strong, man, and do whatever you got to do. But we appreciate all the information you give out. I mean, shout out to a few of my other TI friends in my area, Lindsay. Shout out to Chrissy, Sherry, Sway. A few of them are on YouTube as well, and people I've talked to across the country, other TIs, Sherry, the Targeted Justice people, Ella Free, everyone that does whatever they can to, you know, get this out there and expose what's going on. That's Edward Snowden, everybody.
Yeah, absolutely. Shout out to Edward Snowden. Ed Snowden, man, we gotta get him on the podcast, right?
Imagine, yeah. He just did Joe Rogan's, actually.
I saw that too, man.
Yeah.
That was pretty good.
Definitely.
Well, guys, man, this has been NexxTime, man, the best time. Hang out for a little bit, man. We don't really end. You'll see. Just hang out after the stream. I want to, you know, talk to some of you guys in the chat, man, because I'm doing a lot of stuff back here in the ones and twos. But yeah, man, thank you guys. If you guys support what we do, we like what we do, smash those thumbs up. Don't forget, man, if you want to throw a donation in, there's links in the description. And we appreciate you, man. We love you guys. And friend or foe, you know, shout out to all my people who love me. Shout out to the people who hate me. Jesus loves you. At the end of the day, we're not perfect, but we just strive to be better every day, you know. And
absolutely.
I just, you know, my prayer is I pray that those people that's doing this to us wake up and realize that they're wrong and repent and turn away from this shit, bro. You know what I mean? That's my
Of course.
That's my thing.
Of course.
Will it happen? I don't know. But, you know, that's my thing, you know. But, yeah.
Absolutely.
This has been NexxTime, man. I hope y'all appreciate what we do here. And, I'm not sure when the next podcast will come, but y'all can hit me up, shoot me some emails, and let me know if you want to get on the podcast, and we'll do it. But you know, I got some more videos, some more music, some sit downs coming, and some stuff coming. You know, God willing, if I can do it.
Yep.
You know.
Yep.
So yeah, man, we want to get out of here. Thanks again for Scott Free. Thanks Truth Serum / TI for calling in. You guys see, it's that easy, man. You can call in, say what you gotta say. But we out of here, man. Till next time.
Take care, everyone.
Peace.
Stay strong.
Surround sound recordings.
Cool. I don't hear it.
The world has been broke down.
Yeah.
The world is just announced. Final time is now. The final time to bow. But I will not get down. For you can't
Yeah, it's
force
playing,
me
just like
now.
delayed.
Awakening is clear. I could show you how. I could show you how to fight
You read down
I could show you how to defeat.
Yeah, I'm not sure if this is if we're off, but yeah, I just see. Oh, maybe I did by accident. Yeah. Thank you, Cheryl. Anyone, feel free to hit me up anytime. You got my info now. Thank you for anyone subscribing. Okay. Yeah, they said I can still hear Scott, so I guess, yeah. Thank you, guys. Yeah, Strong-Minded said I can hear Scott. Bye, everyone. Thank you, Allison. Appreciate that. Stay strong, Ty. I hear you, man. Yeah, I guess should I just hang up? Okay. Run a couple errands in my car, so I'm gonna go out to my car and I'm gonna stay on the chat. So I'll get back on the chat in a couple of minutes. Alright, thanks. Later.
The world has been broke down. The world is just announced. Final time is now. The final time to bow. But I will not get down. For you can't force me now. Awakening is clear. I could show you how. I could show could show you how to fight I could show you how to defeat The world has been broke down. The world is just announced. Final time is now. The final time to bow. But I will not get down. For you can't force me now. Awakening is clear. I could show you how. I could show you how to fight I could show you how to defeat force me now. Awakening is clear. I could show you how. I could show you how to fight them. I could show you how to defeat them now. The world has been broke down. The world is just announced. Final time is now. The final time to bow. But I will not get down. For you can't force me now. Awakening is clear. I could show you how. I could show you how to fight them. I could show you how to defeat The world has been broke down. The world is just announced. Final time is now. The final time to bow. But I will not get down. For you can't force me now. Awakening is clear. I could show you